Alright, so patch 1.1.9 has arrived. It is also live already. I already downloaded it just now, right? It is already live. You can already download it right now on Steam, on GOG, I don't know, maybe later, we'll see. So, major new features of the patch 1.1.9. Shadow Realms Guardians. Shadow Realms Fractured Reality reveals new secrets. 20 new areas have been introduced into the shard pool, including 4 new Shadow Guardians domains. Okay, so this means like 16 new, like, random mobs chunks and like 4 boss chunks, I guess. And yeah, that's pretty much what it means, right? The Shadow Guardian set has received a visual update. We already know this from like 2 misadventures ago. It's gonna like look more purpley now, right? To make its splendor even more impressive. For those that prefer the old appearance, there's still a cosmetic available from the splendors of the Shadow Realm vendor. Okay. If you don't like all the new glow that these Guardian sets have, you can always like use the old one, right? 3 new legendary sets have been added to the Forgotten Gods loot pool, 12 items in total. These sets are available exclusively in the Shadow Realm on difficulty, on ultimate difficulty, right? So this is, yeah, the 3 sets that we have been spotted with already. These seem to be like the only items they've added, nothing more than that. Okay. We can live with that, I guess. Yo, adios, Workman. Hefty sneeze, Workman. Mechanical engineer, Workman. No, you won't go to sleep. Yeah. Sorry about that. Shadow Realm. So, as you might know, we're gonna like not be able to aggro abuse with the like camera rotation thing anymore. Also, you can't pull all bosses one by one anymore, as far as I know. However, you can still like basically draw the groups one by one. However, there's gonna be like one group of bosses that will be 2 bosses in one group, right? So yeah, like boss aggro behavior has been changed and their spawn positions have been updated in higher shards. Bosses now do not engage you until you get closer. It is now possible to avoid putting all bosses in the Shadow Guardian's domain without resorting to camera exploits. Yeah, so everybody, without turning the camera at all, you can like pull bosses one by one, like one group at a time. This doesn't mean one boss at a time, but one group at a time, right? Yeah, this is fixed. Okay, penalty. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't talk about the groups here, does he? I know, like in another post that was like before this patch, he said they're gonna change the boss like group aggro to be like 1, 2, 1. So like if there are 4 bosses, there are like 3 groups basically, right? Like group number 1 has 1 boss, say for example. Group number 2, 2 bosses. Group number 3, 1 boss again, right? The green notifications from you, Titan Quest fan. Oh yeah. Yeah, welcome, and I'm gonna check it out later, if you don't mind. Okay, I mean, yeah, this is cool, right? Timer penalty for dying now scales much more aggressively with shards, so yeah, like you're not gonna be able to like make the timer anymore when you die. Like this basically makes SR harder for softcore, which I do like. I mean, that said, the timer, as far as I know, only affects like 1 out of all the loot chests, right? So it's still not like the biggest deal if you like don't make the timer, right? And this is whatever, I don't know. It's probably get like more time for like the courage bonus on my courage shards now, right? Okay, Crucible, increased percent damage modified bonuses for pets granted by amount of armor attacks. So basically like a pet buff for Crucible. Pet people have been, like pet players have been saying that pets are pretty bad in Crucible, and it was pretty much correct as far as I know. So yeah, that's nice to see pets being buffed for Crucible, right? Component changes in the patch, that's gonna be interesting. Mod tools. Max default levels. Yo, Raynon, thanks so much for the raid. Welcome on, welcome on. The patch is finally out. Hype, dude. Hype. I'm so hyped, man. Max default level has been changed from 100 to 200. Okay, this is like Maybe interesting for Serious Stan, who's gonna like make our Season 2 mod, right? Maybe. Fix missing models for Goals Mark and Mark of Unlife. Okay. Oh yeah, this was actually a thing. They were like pretty weird in-game. Like pretty weird looking in-game. Flash Toward Strikes buffed. Dude, spoilers, what the fuck. I mean, that sounds good though. That's hype. That's hype. That's like perfect for me like starting a solo cell phone spell binder on this patch, right? Yeah, okay. They fixed this to like hit with female characters as well with like 2 hands, right? Sexism has been patched out, right? Seems good. There's like network stuff, I have no idea about this. Like, probably good, but I have no idea how this works. Increased % health and % all damage getting for all pets. Wait, this is like... I mean, it's good for all pets, but it's also good for skeletons, right? But also, pet-themed sets have been reduced. This doesn't affect players getting pets. Interesting. Basically means pet builds have become less gear-dependent, right? That's interesting. Enjoy 4 new old music tracks that were there all along, but were missing. Okay, nice. It's kind of weird that they have like this fix like almost 2 years after the expansion is like released and not earlier, right? Yeah, like read and speak to people on this game, please, right? Itemization Bloodbore added +3 tectonic shift. That's like a virus mine, the 3rd ability, right? Bloodborer is like the it's not like the gun. I think that's like the gun, right? Like the Pierce Blade gun. Horn of Gander, new meta. Yo, Snowman player, welcome on. Navadea's Horn, more Saboteur support. Spoilers. Bloodrender added 100% fizz to wit to savagery. Alright, we're gonna check out these two. I don't even know what they are right now. I have to look them up real quick. But I think one is like the gun and the other one's like the one-hander. I mean, either way, that's like pretty cool, I guess. Alright. Bismia's hand cannon added 50% fizz to wit. Conversion. I mean, I have never used this weapon ever. Probably good for like people that wanna like play at the range for some reason. Corruption. This is like the. Isn't this like the physical Ravenous Earth thing? Increased poison damage modified for Crucible. Ah, yeah, interesting, okay. And if you wanna like use a budget weapon for Crucible, I guess you can use this now. Well, like, it's better now, right? Alright, so yeah, Bloodrender was the Vitality. Okay, this also like converts light and physical to Vitality now. Yeah, that seems pretty good for like a ritualist, right? And Bloodborer is this one, right? Yeah, that's the one that I was using on my Infiltrator. Why this got bonuses to Tectonic Shift, I have no clue, but I mean, more skills to something is not bad, I guess. I just don't see how that you can use this at all. Coven Darkener Pendant added casting speed and 10% physical to acid, interesting. Like, all of these are... I mean, this one not, but like these two and this one seems like some budget stuff that you might wanna aim for if you're like playing, I don't know, similar, like a build that can use them, right? I don't know. Hex Flame. Added +2 to the big one and modifiers for Mortar Trap. Wait, this is like the Fire Aether Ray weapon, right? Interesting. I should probably check this out for like a Fire Mortar Trap build now as well. It's gonna be interesting, very interesting actually. Right, Hex Flame is the... Yeah, it's like the Fire Aether Ray weapon usually. Very interesting. Titan Blading buff, nice. Oh yeah, here you are, aren't components. Eldritch Mirror, increased all speed for pets, so like pet buff across the board. Like pretty much every pet build uses this anyway, right? Like twice. 2 Eldritch Mirrors like standard for pet builds, right? Let's not skip stuff though. Mammoth Blade Seal added +2 to upheaval. I don't even know what this is. Oops. Mammoth Blade Seal. That's like a blue ring probably. Oh yeah, okay. Actually, this was pretty good for blade builds. Like, very good for blade builds. And it's got now, what? upheaval. I mean, who the fuck cares, right? Unless they like change upheaval, I'm like looking forward to seeing upheaval changes maybe. Mark of the Voracious 1 added increased armor and shield damage blocked, okay. Is that like good for... This seems like good for, say, a maybe... Blood Knight, Death Knight with a shield or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, it got buffed, that's nice. What is this word even? Erroneous? What does erroneous mean? Like useless? Not intended? In error? Okay. You just check these other boss rooms, they seem easy. The new ones. Alright, components. Eldritch Mirror, right, we talked about this. Leathery Hide. Increased armor to 35 and health to 6%. Yeah, I like this. This was a underused component. Certainly never used for endgame. Unless you like very, very badly needed stun rest, but like you had so many options now for stun rest that you basically never used Leathery Hide anymore. Prismatic Diamond, I mean, I guess we all saw this common, right? Prismatic Diamond nerf, because Prismatic Diamond was like used all across the board for pretty much all endgame builds, except for maybe pet builds, right? Remove percentile metal damage and increases cooldown on the granted skill. I mean, this, like, nobody cares about this, right? This, however, might make people not pick it anymore. But I think it's still good, right? Like, the values still didn't get nerfed, and like, you still have total speed on it, right? 60-second cooldown. How much was it before? How much is it right now? Like, on last patch. It was 25 seconds. And now it's 60 seconds. Okay, that's a huge nerf there. I mean, it's a huge nerf, but I mean, on the other hand, it's probably still not bad, right? But you definitely wanna use maybe like Titan plating, or like stacking armor instead, right? 1 minute to run away from Ravager then. Because Titan plating got buffed, right? Titan plating increased armor to 12% and the reflect resistances to 33%. Yeah, like if you are like a armor stacking retail build, right? Or like internal trauma build, you wanna use Titan plating now for sure, right? Let me check out my League character from League 1, for example, right? I was using double Titan plating on this guy for like more armor, right? This used to be only 8% armor. Now it's 12%. So this build, instead of like 5k, it's gonna have like more, right? Like a lot more. I don't know how much more, but more, right? Yeah, that's pretty good actually. I like this change. I mean, Titan plating was like good in armor stackers. And now it's like even more like worth it to take, right? Just more Pepega. Yeah. Seal of Blight. Yeah, this is probably like the worst of the seals, right? Out of all the seals that you could use, it's probably like the worst one. And the granted skill now has more lifesteal, or like has lifesteal, which seems fair, I think. Makes it like a nice alternative to like stuff like Vitality Ignifer, right? On builds that would like to use that. Relic Absolution, reduce percent retaliation damage on the granted skill. Okay, Honor, yeah, and of course reduced retaliation damage on Honor skill, which was pretty broken still. Savage, increased damage dealt by the granted, like the what? Increased damage dealt by the granted skill's pet. Wait, Savage is the dog, right? The Storm Dog? Yeah, the Storm Dog sucks. Like, I think the Storm Dog needed like a damage and HP buff, but yeah, this is better than nothing, right? Monster Infrequents. Alchemist's Scythe. Increased cold damage modifier to Blitz and added modifiers for Menhir's Bulwark. Yo. What are the modifiers though? Like, why do you hide them from us? Great. Alright, let me start my item assistant. We're gonna like take a look at one of those scythes, right? This is gonna be look like really nice though, like cold blitz Blade Master, here we go, right? Alchemist's Ward Sword, increased cold damage modifier to Wire Smite. Yeah, I mean, this. I actually played this Dervish, or like rather, I have played this Dervish. It's still alive. It's not the best, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's gonna help. I mean, it's more than nothing, but not enough to like make it a non-meme build, I guess. Ascendant's Cowl, increased summon burst modifier for race skeletons +4. Yo, wait, you summon 4 more instead of only 2 more now? That's pretty interesting. For like fire skeletons, right? Ascendant Hood added modifiers to Inquisitor's Seal. I mean, can they like please tell us what they added exactly? Okay, so no, I don't wanna do not. Okay, Alchemist, right? Alchemist is Scythe. Hello? Let's put one of these into the game, right? Shield of the Elements, for example. That's not too bad. So, Miner's Bulwark modifiers. Plus 100% cold damage and flat cold damage to Miner's Bulwark as well. Also, wait, what? Also acid to cold conversion and physical to cold conversion? What are these modifiers, dude? It's like 4 modifiers for 1 skill. Dude, that's insane. What the heck? Yo, no manual, welcome on, welcome on. What? Okay, this is... I kinda wanna play around this now, like, not even kidding. New build, yeah. For sure, dude, for sure. I've been playing, like, around with this idea for quite some time, and... like, these modifiers? Yeah, I think it's time now, right? What was it? Ascendant Hood. Let's see if I have one. Ascendant. I probably don't have one actually. I do have one. Okay. This one has modifiers for. Oh my god. For what? Inquisitor's Seal now, right? I mean, that's solid, right? At 10% RR. That's pretty solid. It's not like crazy OP, I would say, but it's solid. Could be usable now. Balagor's Crusher, increased pulse damage during a steal. Yes, please buff my build. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think this was also like a little bit underwhelming, so yeah, it's pretty good to like get buffed, right? Ascended Diadem, added modifiers for Stormcaller's Pact. Wait, what? So I don't even have one. Oh my god. Okay. How do these drop, by the way, guys? Like, can anybody tell me what the modifiers are for this? Cask added 6% Fizzerness for Spectral Binding, interesting. Bartholomew's Gavel added modifiers for Judgment. Yeah, but like which one, please? Why are you so lazy, Crate? Bartholomew's Gavel. Do I like not have one? Right, I have like so many War Moors, I have not a single Gavel, are you kidding me? Really? Okay, this one got buffed as well, more targets to Fire Strike, right? With Delegation Rip now? It's still pretty OP, I would say. Just added modifiers, yeah, just added modifiers to everything, right? Just GD stash them. Wait, Elena's necklace got nerfed again? What? I thought it's like okay now. Blaze Serret reduced Aether modifier to Work Pain to 50, okay. It's like a nerf to Aether Infiltrator. I think it's... I don't know. Never played it. I've only played Reaper version. Bone Bleach Halberd increased Pierce damage modifier to Shadow Strike. Oh yeah, I love this. 2-handed Pierce Shadow Strike buff. Nice, nice. Bound Wraith increased CDR to Conjure Promise Spirit. I mean, I guess that's good for people like that want to like play around this Magicore, right? Sorry. Bismuth sacked Legguards, added 5% Fizzerance for pets and decreased away for pets to 6%. That's pretty good, actually. Chosen Gaze, added modifiers for Force Wave. Chosen. Gaze. I have none. Nice. What are the modifiers though? Chosen mask added % fire damage and added +1 radius for thermite mine. Okay, interesting. And the visage, that's the one that I was using for fire pets, right? Added % elemental resist and increased fire damage for pets. Replace modifiers for Granado with modifiers for flame touched and summon hellhound. Wait, what? They made this like for Kabbalist now, right? The fighter got shreked. Wow. I mean, no, it's actually not shreked, right? We still have fire damage and crit damage to flame touch. No, it's actually better than before. Has like crit damage to flame touch now. And it's better both for Kabbalists and for the fighters, right? Fire damage and crit damage to hellhounds. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's worse for like early leveling when you wanted to like use Granado for RR. But like later on, even on a Defiler, you wanna like switch over to Cocktail anyway, right? So this is just like a buff for endgame with like a slight nerf for leveling maybe, but I mean for like early leveling, but I mean who cares, right? It's not like that much of big of a deal, right? Scuffed stream? Wait, why is it scuffed? Yeah, Mukulas, thanks for the raid, man. Welcome on, welcome on. How are you, man? Dreek's Divine might actually do damage now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna like deal damage now. They nerfed Blood Knight again. Dude, all the spoilers in chat, holy shit. Alright, where are we? Yeah, I still don't know what this is, and I still don't know what this is, right? Colossal Fortress, added fire damage and added fire damage. Like flattened %. Added more radius modifier for the flame. Wait, what? Wait, isn't this like the one that you use for like broken ass retail commando? Maybe they nerfed that build, but this one is certainly buffed, right? Compelled Wraith, added -1 cooldown modifier for Siphon Souls. Okay. I'm doing hyped, man. I'm being very hyped about this patch, dude. Like so many already things that I wanna try, even without new items. It's crazy, and I'm like barely into this patch at all here. Death Whisper's Hood, added +2 distance / width modifiers for Bone Harvest. Wait, which one is this? Death's Whisper Hood. Oh, this one. Oh, nice. Wait. But I mean, would you ever play this over Blood Knight? How would a patch affect item assistant? Not at all. Not at all. It's like, you can just use it as it is. You don't have to update. I mean, you're not gonna see the like new stats in the item assistant, but you can still use it. You're just not gonna see the stats. Like you have to like pull the items. Like I literally just pulled a couple of items already, right? And they are like updated in the game. Can I please pog a little bit more? Pog. Alright. Elena's necklace. Reduced frostburn damage modifier to Star Pact. Rest in peace. Yeah, good thing I'm not gonna use this anymore on Outbreaker, right? Yeah, okay, rest in peace, Elenas. What the fuck? It's still good, right? If you like don't have the legendary item yet, but once you have the legendary, whatever it's called again, you just use that instead of Elenas now, I think. Flash Warped Carbine, added modifiers for Reckless Power. Good thing I probably have like none of those either. Flash Warped Carbine. I have actually one. Okay. 120% Aether damage and 8% Fizziness for Reckless Power. Dude, this is like actually an interesting weapon now because it does synergize with Arcane Will, and it does like synergize with the new, like, what's it called again? The new like Spellbinder set. It also like synergizes with Arcane Will, right? The Whale Warden, right? The Whale Warden set. It's pretty good. Alright, let's see here. Flash Warped Core. Added modifiers for Menhir's Bulwark and Menhir's Will. What? I have 0 of these. Yikes. Flash Warp Incinerator. Increase burn damage modifier to the canister bomb. Okay. Bonus is redesigned, so like everything is redesigned. So what is this now? Cold Ill Omen, 15 RR to Ill Omen, attack speed to spectral bond. Nah, it's like elemental necro, right? Aether to elemental to word of renewal. So it's like elemental apostate. Attack speed. By 1 mammoth. Oh yeah, that's true. But like, what do you play? Like, I mean, this supports many things nicely, but like, what do you actually play? Like, what is your main ability with this? Cold, like, cold apostate? Yeah, but like, I mean, yeah, you like play elemental or cold as your damage type, like which skill do you play? Wow, it's setting the... not the one I need, right? Let's render reset real quick here. Global Aether to LA conversion? Yeah, it's global, right? I mean, yeah, it's actually global. I mean, that's actually very good for... like attack Seru devotion, right? For this one. That's crazy for this one. I mean, it's also good for like necro stuff, but like necro spectral binding. But it's also crazy for attack Seru, right? Why did they buff spellbinders? I don't know, dude. Alright, let's see if he sells the other one. There it is. Flash Warped Core. It's just spiders to random one here. So this one has, what did I say? Bonuses to Menhir's Bulwark. Wait, this is a Battle Mage item now. Crit damage, Aether damage, Fire to Aether, Fist to Aether to Menhir's Bulwark. Wait, it's like Battle Mage, but you don't play Reckless Power? So like you're not playing Kriegset? Huh? Interesting. I mean, I like it, it's just not the easiest one to figure out, I guess. Gargoyle's Gaze. Edit modifiers for Rune of Hagarad. Good thing I probably have none of those either. Nope. Nope. Interesting. Yeah, Rune of Hagarad might be back, right, for this. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Global Sand Effigy. Added 100% physical to vitality and 50% vitality modifiers for grasping wands, and increased its bleed damage modifier to 90 per 1 second. I mean, okay, this was, I think, pretty mediocre, so yeah. Pretty nice buff here. Golgazor's Heart, this is the... this is Bulbasaur, right? The green one. Oh, no more Acid Horn of Gandalf, right? No more Acid Horn of Gondor. Instead you have +1 Inquisitor skills and reduce bonuses to RF to +2. So like a slight nerf to Dervish. Added modifier to... dude, all the added modifiers, like, just tell us what they are. Holy shit, dude. Should have some of these, right? These are like good items. It's already live? Of course it is. I'm literally playing it right now. Like, I'm literally playing it right now. This one has Pierce to Acid and Fire to Acid to Word of Renewal. So this is like, yeah, if you play Pierce Infiltrator, right? This is, I mean, rather Acid Infiltrator, right? Yo, this is gonna be like so insane with the two-handed like shotgun, right? The ABB one, the Emerald's Blade Burst one. Oh, I mean the real game doesn't have an update yet. Yeah, of course not. Grim Truth doesn't have an update yet. No. Hallion's Crest added health, increased duration for Promise Spirit. Okay, like they seem to like buff this pet a lot. Heart of Theory Merced, increased 8 damage on the grounded skill. Flesh Swapped Strikes buff. Yeah, that's pretty nice, like Spellbinder buff, I would say. Incendiary Cask. I mean, not that Spellbinder needed this, but there it is. Incendiary Cask, increased crit damage modifier to Fire Strike and Ignifier to 28%. That's quite a lot, actually. Interesting. Korvak's Burning Blade. Here we go, Fire Skeletons. What did they get this time? Vitality converted to fire to flame touched, and attack speed to flame touched. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, this is so good, dude. Like, it's crazy how good it is. It's gonna make like the DPS of the like fire skeletons basically a lot more, right? That's pretty good. Fire to acid, lolbot. Fire to acid, you mean on this one? Wait, what are you talking about? Burning Halberd, increased damage modifier for RF to 15%. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It was probably necessary. Carbon Cask, added modifiers for Blade Arc. Yeah, this was like a useless item before, so I have like 0 of these. Dude, they added modifiers for literally everything. Like, I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. Like, this is basically like an MI patch, right? Like, compare this patch to like the MI patch, right? Basically, they made like all the trash MIs maybe useful now, right? Like, at least you look at all of those as if they're like a new item. So you know, you want to use them. At least try them out. It's very good. Especially like these, like the helmets, like this is crazy. Such good stuff here. I mean, I don't know the actual modifiers, but it looks good. Like, I mean, them adding modifiers is already good enough, right? I also like stuff like this, right? Like, this is very good as well. Why did they, like, write it out for this one item, right? They could have, like, written added modifiers for Solar Switchfire here, right? Oh no, they increased it, that's why. Okay, never mind. They added this and they increased this, okay. Ripping Halberd, increased weapon damage modifier for Bone Harvest 8%. Yeah, I feel like since Blood Knight set apparently got nerfed, they're like buffing MI base Bone Harvest, right? Like Ripping Halberd, the helmet, right? Added modifiers, added modifiers, added modifiers. Yeah, it's like a Rat Jam party with added modifiers, right? Kind of like Rat Jam in between, like make the stream lag, right? Does the Inquisitor have Acid RR? Yeah, it has Acid RR on, I think, Radagon's set. But maybe you don't even need it, I'm not sure. Alright, where are we? We are at Storm Halberd has +2 radius modifier for Palm Strike. Pretty good as well. Craval's shoulder guards added physical damage for penalties. Yeah, these were like useless, right? So them being buffed is pretty nice. Lagoth acts blood binding, increase vitality damage modifier to devouring swarm. Okay, who cares, right? Who cares? Lucious's blade arm reduced cooldown on the proc. That's nice. I think this was like the one issue I had with this blade armor is like the cooldown on the proc was like huge, right? And they reduced exactly that, so that's pretty cool. The blaze cannon added cooldown modifier for virus might. I like this a lot actually. That's interesting. Messengers blaze cannon, right? This might be like a good alternative also for leveling instead of like Zarathusans offhand, right? Maybe. Prismatic Diamond nerf? I mean, yeah. Yo, Dave, welcome on, welcome on. The man, the myth, the patch, yep. I don't usually simp, when I do it's for added modifiers, yeah. I mean, Marcus, Prismatic Diamond getting nerfed is, I think, fair. It was like used in pretty much all the builds, right? That's usually like an indicator that's maybe a little bit OP. But it could still be usable. I mean, the cooldown is like insanely like long now though. Milton's cast increased first damage to Blitz and added modifiers for shield training. Interesting. I have like probably none of these, right? Milton's. I actually have one. Okay, nice. Let's check them out. What are these skill modifiers here? Just like more fizz and determined. Dude. This is like. This is gonna be like probably the prime example to why skill modifiers having no scaling to them is like such a bad idea. Like imagine getting this at the start of your game, right? You play like a soldier with a shield. You get this at the start of your game, right? You have like plus 0% physical damage. You get this, you get like plus 100% physical damage just for like one clicking shield training, right? And also like more flat up like fizz damage, right? Endgame this is probably balanced, but like at level what 10? This is like insanely broken, right? And since like skill modifiers are like always the same, depending like they don't scale with level, right? It's so stupid. Blitz leveling, here we go. I mean, blitz leveling was already like fine. Was like probably the second strongest thing to do early on, apart from Force Wave. And now it's like probably insane, right? They aren't always the same? Maybe not. From my experience, they're like 99% of the time like always the same. Yeah, like some, okay, like there's some that apparently have lower waves, like low levels. Maybe this one will be one of them as well. I hope it will be one of them as well, because otherwise it's just like ridiculously broken, right? You get this item, you're just like, okay, you're like done with Act 1, right? You don't need any other like stat, like any other gear on yourself, right? I mean, not that you like need gear for Act 1 in the first place, but yeah, like you get the message, right? Free Kraken at level 1, yeah, pretty much, right? My mini-boss NPC will kill more characters now? I mean, what? I don't know. Does he have Milton's Cask? I think so, right, actually. Yeah. They actually buffed me, nice. Nice. Molten Claw Slicer added 60 fire damage. And reduced fire damage. Oh no, they nerfed my Sork actually, not like this. Oh well. I mean, this is good, but there's not like, I mean, adding damage to the Veil of Shadow is not like the reason why you wanna play this on a Saboteur, right? Like, if you play this, you're not gonna play it because of this, right? It's overall probably like a nerf to this item. But I guess it's fine, like it's... Right, it was, it's 40 now, how much was it before? Molten Claw Slicer. It was 70 before, I mean that's like... It's like 40% less damage, right? From the modifier at least, only. Murderous Count, add a bleed damage and modifier for Blade Trap. Okay. Nowadays I increase vitality damage modifier for ranged expertise. Okay. Like a buff for ranged Vitality Inquisitors, I guess. Nobody else horns and at 5% Fizz to Vindictive Flame. Wait, does it not already have like 5% Fizz to Pneumatic, oh shit, I can't talk, to Pneumatic Burst as well? There's like 10% Fizz on like one item now, right? For Servitors at least. Namadea. Yeah, it already has like 5% Fizz to Pneumatic Burst. I was like 10% Fizz on one item, guaranteed for Servitor. That's insane. And the class is still... That's fine because like Servitor is bad, right? So it's fine. Also added 45% fire to cold to Pneumatic Breath. What the fuck is Pneumatic Breath? It's Pneumatic Burst, right? Fix your game, please. Pneumatic Breath. And now you can roll Formidable on top. Yeah, it's like 15% Fizz with Formidable or like Overseers, yeah. Like Overseers is even better, right? And yours just ripped today, your Saboteur. Rest in peace. Should have used Nabadea's horns, right? Should have used that. By the way, I still don't know what did you play on your Saboteur? Yeah, because like my brain is trying to work with all these changes, but it can't. Or like my tongue can't at least pronounce what I'm thinking here. Obsidian War Cleaver, wait, they buffed this? What? They buffed Force Wave? Okay. I mean, to be fair, people didn't use this for endgame, right? People used Stonefist Rebuke anyway, so it's fine, I guess. I mean, that's like buffs non-physical Force Wave, I guess, because like if you use this over, what's it called again, like Stonefist Rebuke, right? Then it's because you didn't play physical, right? Yo, Gandalf, welcome on, welcome on. Packless Skins and Packless Visage. Yeah, these are like bad, right? I probably don't have any of them. They used to be like horrible. Yeah. I mean, I guess they added modifiers, that's all I can tell you. Ragnar's Maw added +2 duration. I mean, that's actually huge, because like +2 duration means it's like... I mean, what's the standard duration on this, right? Let's see, standard duration on Sigil is 6 seconds. +2 duration basically means 33% or 25%? It's 33% multiplicative damage, right? It's like this. It's basically the same as this one saying like total damage modified by 33%, right? I mean, it's a little bit worse than that because you have to like stack them up first. But like once you stack them up, it's like basically 33% more damage, right? That's a huge buff actually to Ragnar's Maw. Like that's very huge damage wise. If you're like able to stack them, of course. Like if you're able to face tank, right? This is under the assumption you can face tank with this. Yeah, Lucas, welcome on. Actually playing Physical Force Wave Witchblade with Obsidian War Cleaver. Nice. And if you have a sick roll, then I guess it's better than Stonefist, right? Rhythmic's Blaster, wait, no, where am I? Oh yeah, Run Proxys thing, here we go. Yeah, this I feel like is, I mean, Ura Proxys was obviously OP as fuck, we all know that, right? But this one was kind of underwhelming, so like more damage to Crucible Eye, which is like an underwhelming skill on last patch as well. Totally fine. Rhythmic's Blaster increased Aether damage to RF to 33. I don't know if they needed this, but I guess people that enjoy Rhythmic can like enjoy it even more now. Skybreaker's Circlet increased lightning damage modifier to Rune of Color Store to 66. And added lightning damage modifier for the Wire Smite to like... Yeah, like added 110 lightning damage modifier to this. I mean, honestly, I think Lightning Rune of Color Store basically sucked, right? So I think this is fine. And I mean, everybody was using it for Wire Smite anyway, like for Fire Wire Smite. And like this one probably doesn't matter. But if you do want to play this Lightning now, I guess it's like better now for Lightning. They did not nerf Ultra Prox, right? No, they're like busted as fuck. Spectral Arbalest, increased projectile. What? Increased projectile, increase modifier. Oh, it's like +2 projectile instead of like +1 projectiles now, I guess. And removed vitality damage modifier. Wait. So this is +1 projectiles, and they removed this. Oops. So it's basically like a nerf to AoE, but it could still be like it's also like a nerf to leveling phase, right? But it could be like a buff for endgame, right? I mean, 60 flat width, right? That's like... Right, how many projectiles do we have? 5, right? It was 6 before. Okay, this was like 6 times 60 before, right? 360 with damage, basically. This is like 360 with damage, if you like hit all projectiles, right? And now... I mean, if you can get like more than 360 damage on like these, like all the stuff, which I guess you can, like easily if you like have the right conversion, right? So it's basically probably like more damage for endgame, but like less damage while leveling, I would say. Yeah, like for endgame this is like a huge buff. Certainly, like this is a huge buff for endgame. While leveling, like at level 20, say like at level 20, right, like when you got this the first time at level 20, it's gonna feel worse now than before probably. Like it's gonna feel worse between like level 20 and maybe like 50, right? But I mean the game is like so easy at that point anyway, like who cares, right? So just like a buff for endgame basically. Buenos pechos, muy buenos, sí sí. Sí claro. Okay, Spectral Crown, added 1% health for pets. Spectral Crown, eh? I think, yeah, that's like the one I was pondering on to maybe use for skeletons, right? On the Defiler, on the Solar Stefan Defiler. But it wasn't like it didn't convince me, right? But 12% health is like a lot, actually, for skeletons, I guess. So this could be like fun to use now, maybe. But then again, the fire thingy got also buffed, so I don't know. You probably want to use like a fire hood anyway. Spectral War Maul, increased fire, like vitality damage modifier for Wendigo Totem to 110 and added -2 cooldown modifier to it. Added 80%, 80 flat vitality damage and -1 cooldown modifier for Siphon Souls. I mean, I guess like basically everything buffed about this one, and it was like a fine leveling weapon, I feel like, but like endgame it was like always pretty bad. So I guess it's like maybe usable now for endgame as well for ritualists. I don't know.
Well met.
It's probably like still not good enough, right? Like why would you play two-handed and then like play caster stuff, right? Like when you go Totem and Siphon Souls, probably like better supported with like caster gear than the Swarm War, right? It adds more. If you max out the modifier with 135 vitality damage, 135 greater to 60. That's not how it works though. Like you have 60 times 6 and you have 135 times 1. So like the modifier alone doesn't like make it better, right? You need like the damage from the other modifiers as well. But yeah, good night, adios. Tyler 1 fan. It's only game. Wrecked by League, yeah. Wrecked by League got wrecked by League, I guess. Like for sure. Stomp Waffle, welcome man. How you doing? Yeah, Inquisitor gets 2 times +1 MI amulets now. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently Inquisitor is like not that good anymore, so at least some people say that. Zero Halberd, increased percent weapon damage modifier to Virus Smite. And turn trauma modifier to 320. Okay. If you wanna play Virus Smite with us, I guess, but I don't know why you would do that. Sun Herald's Claymore, increased fire damage modifier to Commander's Bulwark to 66. I mean, yeah, please buff my Commander. Seems good. And to be honest, Sun Herald's was like a tanky. This was a like pretty like nice tanky weapon. It would be like a tanky commander, but damage-wise, it was lacking, in my opinion. Yes, it was lacking. So 88 flat fire, right? Instead of 66 instead of 44. I mean, that's like a okay buff, I guess. Not too bad. It's not gonna like break any records with this buff either, but it's at least like better than before, right? More damage. It's fine. Yeah, Ragnar League, you played Ragnar Dar, right? Like Ragnar Dar's is basically 33% damage buff if you can face tank, right? That's huge. Alright, throw Bone Crusher, added 40 bleed, and increased +5 targets to Feral Hunger. Dude, what the fuck? It's like a 360 sword around you on Feral Hunger now. What the fuck? Okay, this was Renan. Like Renan was playing this, right? He might be happy whenever he gets back from his vaccine, right? From his vaccination. Agdenborg, Arcane Weaver, added modifiers for Iskander's Elemental Exchange. What is that even? Oh, this one. Oh, wait, did it say what they did? No, let's check them out. It didn't tell us what they did, right? So let's check them out in game. Check out the modifiers in game. It has elemental damage and attack speed. Okay. Wait, there's actually Reed's chance to pass through enemies to Fire Strike now in the game? Did they actually like add a tooltip in the game now? Like, what? I think they added like probably all of these like in the game now. They're not hidden anymore. I mean, if you can see it here, right? You can probably see it on Desolator as well, right? It always had that. Yeah, it always had that, but it was always like hidden, right? It was always there. What? Oh, because this is like only to Fire Strike, and the others have it like as an implicit. Oh my, you might be right. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, it doesn't show. Like this one has it like for all attacks, and this one has it only for Fire Strike. Ah, okay. I see. Yeah, okay, my bad then. Okay, let's how do you say that in English? I can't English, dude. Holy shit. Disappointing, there we go. But still, like, elemental damage added to IE and more attack speed to IEE. But like, why would you play Arcanist over Purifier at for Fire Strike? Like, why would you play Sork with this? I don't know, man. I feel like it's not enough to make it like a Sork weapon instead of a Purifier weapon. Bile Launcher, increased % weapon damage modifier to ABB. Yeah, I mean, that actually seems like a fine to do like as an infiltrator now, right? You play this, you play the other thing, right? The amulet that got buffed, right? Could be good, right? Bolt Thrower, increased pierce damage modifier to cadence. Dude, I wanna like do this ever since this thing was a thing, but maybe next year, right? But yeah, this is pretty nice now, like a nice alternative to Valdunes, I guess. Agnabok Flamethrower, added modifiers to Granado. Wait, what? I probably don't have it because it's like a trash item, right? I guess this is like the budget adversary now. I didn't save a single one of these. I'm guessing this is gonna be not better than adversary, unless they like change around adversary to like be physical or something and stuff. Spark Thrower increased crit damage modifier for Promise Strike to 50%. Wait, crit damage modifier 50% is insane crit, dude. Holy shit. Vilgasaur's Heart. Added modifiers to PB. Wait, what? I can't write. Holy moly. Almost as good as Will of Fate. What is Will of Fate again? Okay. Just slap on all the modifiers, right? Just brute force Fire Saboteur, right? Acid to fire, pierce to fire. Okay, we got it. You want us to play Fire Saboteur again? Or Fire Dervish? I mean, now Fire Dervish has the conduit, right? To like, no wait. Fire Dervish doesn't need a conduit, right? And this might still be better on Dervish, right? Like Fire Dervish than on Saboteur. Saboteur S plus tier? Nah. You need more than that for Saboteur to be like S plus tier. And still, it's very good. It's probably gonna be like a Dervish thing though, right? You wanna play this on a Dervish instead of a Saboteur probably. Like, unless you wanna like play Granado on a Saboteur, but like why would you do that, right? Says the guy that like plays literally cold Granado on Saboteur, right? Wait, did they nerf Nightbringer again? Really? Sandspitter. Added 50% projectile pass through to RF. Wait. Isn't this like the retail pistol? Isn't this like the one that you use for retail? Wait, now you can have retail and pass through without using the gallon. Yeah, it's technically not a retail pistol, but like people use it only for retail, right? And like people were using the gallon instead of this to like get pierced through, right, for retail. So now you can get the conversion for retail and have 50% pass through. That sounds pretty good. I mean, you can obviously also like use it for non-retail. For like non-retail ranged warlord, I guess. Warlord or Sentinel maybe. Or like, actually Paladin's the red, like non-retail Paladin. Waldrax Crusher, added attack speed, added plus 3 targets. Okay, like just give it all the buffs, right? Health regen, cadence, water, here we go. Just buff it more for PvP, right? Cup. Interesting. When you go gaze, replace crit damage with DA and percent pierciness. When you go gaze? Oh, this one? I mean, yeah, that's a pet, right? Like, why would you need crit damage on a pet metal, right? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, good change, good change. Why did I not use this on my definer, by the way? Yeah, wait, what? Epic items, Black Grimoire of Ogna Pesh. Increased buff to Ogna Pesh, nice. Black Steel Gauntlets, replaced... Wait, what? It just got removed completely, like Black Steel Gauntlets got cucked, basically. Rest in peace retail, percent retail damage. And still has like flat first retail. Proc Assassin's Blade. Or if you do a weird dose, do you get 100% pass through? That's a good question. Because that's a skill modifier, I would assume yes. Actually. Your 8th of DK Undying Conduit has been ruined. Oh, we're gonna get there soon. Yeah, I would say yes, Zuko. I would say yes. Wait, what about proccing Assassin's Blade? What are you talking about, Illuminator? I mean, there are like lots of ways to like get like 100% pass through. I mean, that pistol is like another new way to get it as well now. How dare I allow Crate to reach patch so late? Yeah. Wendigo Gaze. Oh, what is crit damage, right? It's crit damage, not crit chance or like OA. Like OA would make sense, but like crit damage, no. Also, like you proc it with pets, like you don't care about your own like stuff. Like what? You're trolling. Where are we, right? Core of Gargaball. This got buffed for Purifies actually now. Pretty nice. Edifice to fire conversion, makes sense. Bloodshard Amulet. Increased damage dealt by the granted pet. Oh, that's like good for like acid poison pets, right? It's like the Rift Scatter, right? That you could spawn here. Pretty nice. Kaligadra's Gaze. Replace attack and casting speed with health. Rip in pepperonis. That's a good nerf actually. Corruptor of Souls Scent. Wait, what is that? How do you write it? Corruptor of Souls, I guess? Oh, the blue one. Okay. So removed percent with damage to pets, but added flat. And Corruptor of Spirits, like the mythical one, I guess? Yeah, it's like the... or like lower level version, I don't know. Okay. This is the higher level version, this is the lower level version. Both basically, I guess, buffed. Slightly. Core of Gargaball, you mean minus 20k? Yo, floppy, welcome on. Okay, more damage here, more damage here. Same, what is this? Empower the center. Some low level blue item. I mean, I don't really care too much about it, I guess. Desecrator Covenant set. It's like the blue Chaos Pet set, right? Yeah, I mean, okay, whatever. I mean, these are all blue, right? What am I reading this? This one is nice though, like Mythical Ognapesh. More damage as well for this one, nice. Yeah, nerf for this as well, for retail, right? Champion of the Light, Redden's retail Archon gets buffed. Like Lightning retail with a two-hander gets buffed. It's still like such a bad like archetype, right? Like retail with a two-hander. That's so weird. Okay, but like yeah, the Dawn Guard set basically got buffed. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. The center. I mean, I still don't know what this is. Like a, I think it's like a budget. Drain Essence item, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Emberstone. Oh, I did use this actually sometimes. Like while leveling, not for endgame though. And we got what on this? Blitz, okay, I mean. Hellrune Carver. Added acid to fire conversion and added Crucible Eye stuff. Hellrune Carver. Oh, this one has... what, acid to fire now? I don't know if people would care about this. Added big ones, okay. Shadow's Grasp. This is like really good, right? Yeah, this is like a GG Pierce glove right now. For infiltrators at least. I mean, yeah, for infiltrators. And also blade masters, I guess. Bonjour. Wait, who the fuck is Bonjour? I don't know any German memes. It's a German streamer. I don't even know him, dude. Like, I don't know German anything. I mean, I might be German, but like... I mean, I know like some German streamers, but like not too many. Weissgorn, this is like the acid retail gloves, right? Removed retail stuff. So what is left for like acid retail? Like, do you go back to, what's it called? To the one set, what's it called? Where is it? Perdition? These didn't get nerfed, right? Can still play these, I guess. I mean, they never had percent retail in the first place, which is why they were like bad before. But now you could probably actually use them, because they're like not worse than the others now. They're like... You didn't think in German for a couple of weeks and converted to English. I'm gonna put this on YouTube. Yeah, it's a little bit scuffed as always, but like long, but it's gonna be on YouTube, yeah. I might try to like maybe do like a TLDR for YouTube as well later, but like I don't really have time this week. Maybe next week I can do that. Oh, this is good, right? This is the buff that Cadence, like acid Cadence needs, right? Like +2 soldier, fist to acid, acid, two-handed Cadence. If you want to play like two-handed acid Cadence for some reason, this is the weapon you play, right? Mythical Left Bane, there we go. And you add like stuff like this, right? Weissgorn Bracers +2 Cadence, Spinner's like Horberg +2 Cadence. You play like these. It's like the blue items, acid Cadence. I don't know what, Warlord or Blade Master maybe. Your Pella got buffed. I mean, yeah. As I said, people said that weapon is trash, so they're gonna listen to people saying it's trash. So obviously your build is gonna be buffed, right? I was actually kind of expecting that, to be honest. Yeah, good night, Marcus. Thanks for being here. Make sure you timestamp every individual change. Yeah, of course, of course. Cup. Legendary non-set items. Okay, I'm a Rust and Crusher. Reduced attack speed. What? What? Spam ABB nerf? Oops, sorry. I'm a Ruston Crusher. No, it got nerfed. He's bad, man. Reduce retail damage on attack to Dawn Shard Skill procs. Wait, people played retail with Dawn Shard? With this stuff? What? You like the sound? You like the sound of me hitting the thing that holds my mic? Yeah. I bet you did. Arcanum Sigillus. Added 50% fist to elemental. Okay. Makes sense. To like support fire strikes, physical damage more, right? I mean, this is the non-mythical version though. Like, why am I looking at this? Avenger of Karen, no more physical. It's still a good, I mean, like, this is still such a, like, defensively insane, like, amulet, right? It's still insane, right? Azrakar Sands, added +1 Oathkeeper skills, and reduced bonus to resilience to +3. Wait, what is that even? Azrakar. Oh, it's this one, right? They actually made it good now. Wait, this one has +1 Oathkeeper now? What? Like, that makes it actually good, right? Dude, this is like the Avenger of Karen for Oathkeepers now, right? Like +4 auras. Like, when in doubt and you're an Oathkeeper, you don't know what to put in your amulet, you always put this now, right? Probably. Yeah, Reddit, welcome on, welcome on. Pog. Yeah, patch time? I mean, it's like an 8 patch time, right? Fair enough, Reforge. Increased retail damage modifier to... Wait, what? Yeah, okay, cool. Wait, why would they nerf this so hard? Wasn't this like already not used for retail anyway? Like who used this still for retail? What? Huh? It's still BRS? Oh, it's still? People still use this? Oh, I thought people like didn't use this anymore because yeah, like other means to like get the elemental to fist conversion. Oh, the commander was using it still? I know this like this used to be OP as fuck like before they did this change. I didn't know it's still that OP after the change. I'm not checking the forums at all, are you? I don't check every single black broken retail build, no, I don't do that actually. But I thought this is like not that good for retail anymore. I mean, yeah, I guess retail is still like... Use this for what, like cocktail? Like Blackwater cocktail commando, I guess? I mean, if it was still OP then sure, like, okay. I thought it wasn't, but maybe I guess I'm wrong. This one nerfed, I mean, yeah. Same thing as the blue one, right, basically. Cinecore, reduced burn, damage modifier to cannibal bomb. Oh yeah, cannibal bomb is a good skill, and I guess Cinecore was a pretty good pistol for it. I've never played it myself, but I can imagine it being good. Conduit necklaces may now also roll with percent conversion. Wait, like global conversion? What? 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 You're gonna check out like all of them, right? Like all of them. I have so many of these like that I'm not using, right? Because it's obviously RNG to craft these. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, I'm hitting the mics again. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. Too excited about this patch. Huh? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, cold to acid, global. Fire to cold, global. Cold to fire, fire to... I guess it's like whenever you have conversion, like local conversion to a skill, you're gonna get the same conversion global as well, right? Like if you have cold to acid to TSS, you get cold to acid global. You don't get Latin to wit for some reason here, but okay. Yeah, like you convert Aether and Fire to Acid, and you get Aether to Acid global. Yeah, it's basically like, kind of like that, right? Okay. Slap us more. I mean, yeah. It's like... It's like gonna be nice actually for some builds, I think. Like when you have like another secondary ability as well that you want to convert as well, maybe. Or you have like some more, I don't know. I don't know. It's probably a good change. It's not gonna interfere with anything because you want to have that damage type anyway, probably. So it should be good. Yeah, like easier to get 100% conversions when you use the coordinates as well, yeah. And yeah, I mean, you can still like you can use them independently from the skill modifiers, right? Say you just want a Arcanist conduit that converts Aether to Cold, right? You don't care about devastation, you just want to convert Aether to Cold, right? And you can actually use this conduit now. Interesting. Conduit of Destructive Whispers. Increased Wit damage modifier to Fire Strike. Wait, did they just buff? They just buffed like Gargaball Defiler, right? Nani? Okay. Divine Whispers. Increased cold damage modifier to RF. Okay, that's like a buff to cold. Okay, they needed to buff Aether R. Like, this is like a pretty bad one, so yeah. I reckon it needed to be buffed. They buffed Cold Dervish, basically. And this one, okay. Eldritch Whispers. Replace lightning damage modifier for someone familiar with Aether support. Increased Aether damage modifier to Sigil. Wait, is it like Aether familiar or what? And you have full Aether, like fire to Aether conversion to Sigil now as well. Aether Sigil, eh? I mean, couldn't you like play this maybe on something like Clairvoyant? Not sure. Aether Birds. Maybe for stuff like Torrent. Ah, yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah. But like, yeah, I guess, yeah, it makes sense. It's good for that stuff. It's also like still good for other stuff, but yeah, it's good for that as well. Alright, so this guy apparently has full light into it as well to the Fire Strike now. I mean, yeah, maxing this out is already what I did anyway. $200k, nice. And what was the other one? Guardians of Empyrean. Let me check my Dervish actually. Warring Undying Whispers reduced Aether RR to Siphon Souls to -10 and added 80 Chaos modifier to it. I mean, yeah, this makes sense. Like, this was pretty strong, right, for binders, like unnecessarily strong for binders. Warring Whispers increased Aether damage and acid modifier for Cadence. Acid Cadence, here we go, right? Big support on this patch. And considering how bad it was before, it's fine to have like so many buffs, right? Good. Increased Aether damage modifier to Savagery. That's gonna synergize very well with the new like Veil Keeper set as well, right? Yo, Tyler, welcome on. Yeah, Tyler, that's what they announced that they're gonna do, right? So that's pretty good for the patch. I mean, for the league, yeah. Pretty good for the league as well, for sure. I'm not using the conduit anyway. Okay. Never mind. Those are just like radius on the aura, I guess. Like they have like higher radius on the aura. Don't know why you would ever like want to use that, but okay. Quarter Deception, added bleed and wit damage. Interesting. That's like a +1 Inquisitor badge, right? Wait. Am I using it on the... No, I'm not, right. I don't remember where I use it. Probably like on a Deceiver. It's like a pretty nice Deceiver bed, I think. Well, Vitality Deceiver, interesting. Wait, Dawn Shard Gaze. +1 Inquisitor. It's like the helmet, right? Instead of Ignition, you have +1 to to Inquisitor. And that makes this like a very solid like item for Tactician and I guess Paladin. Mind Warp Cadence was bad. What? The Red Scorcher added 45 Fist Aether. I mean, yeah, I feel like this one needs more than that though. Maybe the Mythical one gets more. Where are we? Evoker of Ergoloth. Okay, same thing here. Gaze of Empyrean. Wait, what? They just fucking wreck it. Replace. Oh, it's only skill bonuses, right? Not skill modifiers. Oh, okay. If they like give us +1 Inquisitor here, that's actually insane for. Dude, on Aura then? What the fuck? It's like +1 all skills and Aura of Sanger? Like, yeah, this is such insanity for Aura Paladin now. Very good for Aura Paladin. Unless they like remove the skill modifiers, but I don't think so. It's probably only those. If they remove those, then like rest of pepperonis. Hearthstone stream? Hearthstone in 2021? Omega lol. So welcome in, Trunks. Welcome in, welcome in. No, that's a Grim Dawn patch hitting today, like literally an hour ago, right? Gilda's Pulverizer added bleed damage and increased range to Wire's Might to +6. Wait, +6 range? The fuck? This is gonna be a pretty nice weapon actually for what's it called? Like the new set as well, right? The Gore Drinker set, right? Maybe I'm gonna play this actually. But no, I wanna play Tactician, right? Yeah, this is like if you wanna play it as a like Paladin, right? Maybe. Right. What is the support as well? Gildor. Gildor's PP. Maybe you play actually Dervish with us, right? Like you play Ring of Steel for bleed and like Viresmith for bleed. And you have like bleed RR on the Guardians, right? Could be interesting. I don't see like Granado being like the thing to play around for bleed, right? You don't play bleed, like bleed Granado is not a thing, right? You don't do that. 9-meter Viresmith Vanquishers shall rise once more, yeah. That's pretty insane actually, not gonna lie. Alright, God Smasher, increased damage on the skip rock, okay. I guess this is like good for Fizz Bleed, whatever it is. Not like a big change anyway, right? Yeah, God Explosion. And this is more like, yeah, flavor buff, I guess. Nothing crazy. This is like in line with all the other like Fizz to Cold or like Fizz to X conversion buffs, right? To Hard Riding Enforcer, Cold Pistol. Half the Mountain, increased damage to the pet, to the Yeti. Yeti has more damage, nice, nice. Buff for Cold Pets as well, or like physical pets as well, I guess. Horns of Korvac added 4% attack speed and cast speed. That's nice. Yeah, this kind of feels underwhelming. I mean, I think some people actually use it for Shadow Strike, right? But I kind of want to like try this with Savagery at some point. And it could be decent enough for that, right? I don't know. And the proc is good actually. And has less cooldown now, so it could be good. Harian's Bulwark, increased bonuses to Order of Century and Celestial Presence to +3. Yeah. I played this meme of a shield on a Templar, right? But like, it's actually not good for Templar. I feel like it's probably like a Paladin shield, right? Like, why the fuck does it have +1 knife blade? I don't get this at all, but oh well. You could certainly like play this maybe on like a budget. Now, like, why would you ever play this? I don't know. I think the best build that was made with this on the forum was like a Mage Hunter, right? I don't know, I feel like this needs more than this to like make it actually good. You have it on Aura Infiltrator. I mean, is it better than the like Order of Censure shield though? Like, shouldn't the Order of Censure shield like just give you more damage to Order of Censure? Like the green one, right? The Scarab Carapace. Like, compare Harian's shield to like... I guess the active on top is like pretty good, right? But I compare it to this, right? I guess this one has like +1 less to Aura of Censure now, and also like not +1 to Nightblade, right? Huh. Yeah, maybe the +1 Nightblade is not as useless as I thought it was. Like, maybe you can... yeah, like... Aura Infiltrator seems fine for this, I guess. The damage reduction is useless, but like this stuff is okay damage. Interesting. Fizziness. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can always like get the same Fizziness on like a green shield as well, though. But yeah, it's not bad at all. It's pretty good. Jackson's Lucky Bullet. Increased chance to bleed on the skill. Increased bleed damage. Okay, I mean, this is not bad. I guess I wanna play this like on bleed cadence, right? Mantle of Mokjogan replaced Away and Health with DA and Fizziness. Makes total sense because like, why would you want Away on a pet build, right? This is a pet item. Mark of Consumption and a +3 to Upheaval and a modifier to it. What is that modifier? Please tell us. Wait, is it like a craftable? Might be a craftable, right? Mark of Ozuin, Fire Aether Ray buff. Interesting. More ghouls, mortality. I mean, that's in line with all the other stuff. Mythical Aether Reach, increased Aether damage to pets. Yeah, I mean, Aether pets are not the best, so any kind of buff to Aether pets is pretty nice. Arcana Sigillus, increase attack speed to 18%, added 50% fist to elemental, increase elemental damage modifier to Fire Strike, and its elemental damage modifier to 110. Basically a buff to like elemental Fire Strike, like dual pistol Fire Strike Purifier, right? Like fire / elemental. It's more like on the fire side though. Okay, let's say check out the Mark of Consumption, right? I'm pretty sure it's a craftable, right? Pog. Both Wit Castles and Pet Builds got nerfed, and your Nightblades didn't. I mean, Nightblades can die though, yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, like, Nightblades aren't that OP. I mean, they're obviously very fast, like, very quick main campaign farmers, but like, for actual, like, super boss and stuff like that, I don't think they're like OP, they're like average, right? Mark of Consumption. They're just like fun to play, but like, performance-wise, not that insane. Okay, just like bleed damage modifier to Upheaval. I see. Okay, okay. It's like not amazing at all, like not exciting rather. It could be good, but it's not like exciting. It can be good though. Avenger of Karen, right? Got wrecked a bit for retail. But I mean, it's still a good item. Like, it's still a very, very good item, I would say. And yeah, like, this is like basically Avenger of Karen for Oathkeepers now, kind of. I mean, not quite as good, but I mean, actually, it's probably, yeah, it is very good. It's very good for sure. This is like Avenger of Karen for Oathkeepers now, right? Schedule. I don't have a command for that, but there should be a schedule down below. Usually I don't stream today, but since the patch is here, I do stream today. Beacon of Winter's Veil and at 80 cold modifier to Widow Shadow. I mean, this is like... Beacon of Winter's Veil. How did I write that? I can't write. Of the Winters. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's one. Oh yeah, this is kind of like an aura thingy-ish weapon, like an aura-ish weapon for Nightblades, right? So more damage to the aura makes sense. They're not reforged. Oh yeah, no, got trashed on, right? Minus 24, dude, that's... Still like, it got trashed on, right? Like, what the fuck? Black Scourge, increased damage dealt by Skeleton Brock's pets. I think Black Scourge is still like triggered by players, right? Like, players have to trigger this. Yeah, 100% chance of enemy death. But like, this doesn't say that your pets count as well when killing the enemy. It's like, you have to kill the enemy, right? So it's like, yikes. Same command since 5 years. Yep. There's some classics in here. There's some classics. It's probably like older than 5 years, actually, probably like 6 or 7 years old, actually. And Bone Scavenger works the same way, right? It's like 100% chance of enemy death, but still like you have to kill the enemy, right? Like they buffed this from 30% to 100% now, but it's still like you have to kill the enemy. So like you're never gonna spawn these, right? Or are you? No mention of Chillheart and Scarab Shell. I mean, honestly, your build was very good, obviously, but I feel like Bleed has so few like broken builds that they probably didn't even care about it. Like it's not broken enough for them. I think it's actually probably like intended the way you played it. And I think they already knew how it works. I'm pretty sure about that, to be honest. Wait, what is this? Chilling grub. Grub, yeah, chilling grub. Chilling grub, what? I didn't say that. Minus 15, oh, that's actually pretty nice buff here. But remove the cold damage. I mean... Oh, we have cold Granado buffs, nice. Thank you, great. Bone Wraith Podruns. These are like borderline usable all the time. But they have like more flat vitality damage now, that's pretty good. I like that change. Blazeborn Mantle? What the fuck is Blazeborn Mantle? Oh, this one? More health? I mean, yeah. Does anybody ever use this? Maybe for retail damage? Like retail Grenada? No idea, dude. No idea. Did I know I started streaming? Thanks for the heads up, man. Welcome in, Toma. If I do a weird Rift Claw Slicer, does the flat fire damage in both weapons stack? Yeah, of course. Meta predictions, boys? Yeah, meta predictions now. Take your bets. Codex of Truth, Horn of Gander buff Pog. Okay, we already had this non-mythical version, right? Crest of Winter Fortitude. I feel like Cold Blitz is gonna be so interesting. Maybe not broken, but like so interesting. Crimson Lotus plus 2 big one. Okay, nice. Crown of the Revenant King. Nidja's Vitality RF build got buffed, right? Dawn Shard, Gaze, add a +1 Inquisitor skills, and play. I mean, the same thing as the non-mythical one, right? Death Dealer Sidearm. I mean, yeah, ranged always need buff, pretty much. So yeah, added 100% projectile pass through. Wait, for the granted skill or for everything? Can I look? Death, yep. Wait, how do I only have like one of those? Is that like a craftable pistol or something? Oh, it's only the... okay, it's only the weapon pool skill. Wait, no. No, it's not a weapon pool skill, right? It's like a proc. No, it's a weapon pool skill, I can't read it. This is a range technique that activates off default attacks. Obviously it's a weapon pool skill. But it's like so confusing because it's like a weapon pool skill but it has a recharge, like what? 2-second skill recharge. I didn't know there's such a thing as like a weapon pool skill with a recharge, like with a cooldown in this game. Yeah, it's a weapon pool skill, but it's like the cooldown confused me. It's like a weapon pool skill with cooldown. Nobody can read. Health reduction, that's why. But like this doesn't work on bosses anyway, like why would you care? I mean you play this with cadence, right? So like you have pass through on the cadence hit, and you have pass through on the exterminate, and you have like 2 of those, right? Like why would you not play 2 of those, right? Works on players, nerf for PvP, yep. PvP, oh my god. Death Lord's Band. Okay, buff, whatever this is. Death's Reach. This is like a weapon, right? Like the Eye of Reckoning, like the Vitality Eye of Reckoning and Bone Harvest weapon, I think. And it was probably a little bit underwhelming, so it's a nice buff. Dive of Crest, increased. Wait, why would you buff this at all? What? Why? The Crarus, increased fire damage when a fire to flame touch to 18. Wait, isn't like Dracarys like an insane self-buff weapon as well because of this, right? It's on death though, so it's like a win more mechanic, right? It's like very good for Crucible, not that great for like bosses though, right? No, it's fine. I don't really care too much about this weapon to be honest. And Red Scorcher added... okay, well, what do we have here? Moved Chaos to 8th modifier to Fire Strike. Oh, 4 Fire Strike to Flame Touch instead. Doing this, it will actually convert the Splinters of Brimstone to Aether as well, right? Because before, it did convert the flat Chaos on Brimstone that you like attack with actually to Aether. So like you would get more Aether damage to the like main target that you're aiming at, but you didn't get Aether Splinters, right? Like the Splinters still dealt Chaos damage, and with this fix, they also will deal Aether damage now, right? Yeah, 300% weapon damage is like pretty good. Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, it would probably be like nothing without cooldown, I guess. It's still like a very good weapon pool skill for sure. Imagine not doing PvP, right? Yeah, exactly. What about Arcanum Sigillus? They didn't do it for Sigillus, right? Nope. Didn't do it for this one. But then again, I feel like this was like, anyway, like a way better weapon than Red Scorcher, so I think it's like fine in one way. On the other hand, ranged can like always need buffs, right? So it's maybe not fine. Anyway, Mythical Dreeg out of nowhere increased acid retail and increased acid retail to Blood Dreeg. Okay, I mean, this was not one of the OP retail weapons, so like buffing it makes sense, sure, why not? Edge of Death, again, Nydia's build getting buffed, right? Vitality, Death Knight, or Vitality... Wait, no, this is not Nydia's build, this is like Vitality Death Knight, right? Not Vitality RF. But yeah, I don't think this was like particularly strong or like OP at all, so buffing this is totally fine. Empyrean's Mercy. Added more memes to 100 memes. Okay, nice. Sorry. Evoker of Aggro added lightning damage and 45 fist to lightning. Evoker of Elgoloth. That's like the lightning savagery weapon, right? Wait, it didn't have like flat lightning here on top? Oh. And that should be like a pretty good buff actually, right? This would be like, I don't know, like this part here, right? I mean, this part does work, I believe, for nothing. Unless you have like... I mean, it works for all the flat physical damage you get from other sources, obviously. But if you play, say, like a Vindicator with this, there aren't really like any flat physical sources anyway, right? So the conversion is probably kind of like whatever. Mythical Exonerator increased total speed 12%, increased lightning damage modifier to cadence. That's like dual pistol lightning cadence, right? Which was like horrible probably, and now it's probably better than before. Exterminus is like the fire chaos pistol, I think. Exterminus, which yeah, was actually not used in anything but probably Dark Blaze, right? So it's like a Dark Blaze buff, kind of. The attack speed buff here. Yeah, physical source from healing. Oh yeah, true, from, yeah, flat physical from Steel Resolve, right? Yeah, so you would convert that to lightning. But yeah, I guess it's like okay for that. Not like amazing values, but still something. Fang of Chthon, increased weapon damage modifier to Doombolt. Why would you buff this at all? I mean, to be honest, like buffing this part of the weapon is like, that's like totally fine. Like this is not the strongest part about this weapon, right? But they're still like buffing this Omega Lord, right? What? Why would you like buff Fang, right? But it's fine that they like buffed the one part about it that was like bad, so, or like the worst part about it got like buffed, right? This wasn't like bad before, it was still like fine, but like everything else about this weapon is just OP, so like buffing the one thing that's like not OP is like, I guess, okay. Fiend Flash Mantle, increased health to 710 and increased attack speed for plus to 9%. I think I've never ever used this weapon, like this shoulder piece I think it's called, ever, so I have no clue about this. Fiend Master's Arraignment added chaos damage for pets. Chaos Pets buff, okay. Flames of Wrath added fire RR to Aura Sanger and Summon Guardians of Empyrean. Wait. That's like an amulet, right? Flames of Wrath. Oh, so that's like another like option for Aura Dance now, actually. But it also has +6 to Fire Code and Lightning. What? I mean, that's like still worse than like +3 to all usually. But and added 50% fire to Aether to Spectre Binding. And remove 25% fire to Aether. This is very good. Like, I feel like this one, this amulet right here, was like maybe usable for like so many builds already, but because of this conversion, all the fire builds that wanted to maybe use this didn't use it, obviously. So like getting rid of this conversion and instead putting a higher value onto a Necromancer skill, which you kind of want to like play with Aether anyway, is I think a very good change, because like now it's opened up for like fire patterns, but you can still play it as Aether on like an Oppressor or like a Apostate, right? Fiend Flesh is good shoulder before sets? Yeah, okay. Any Doom Bolters in chat. Yeah, good night, Ripper. Sleep well. Sit around, man. I like Doom Bolt as a skill, it's just not the best skill in the game, but I like it. It's pretty fun to play, for sure. Wait, so did they add this to... They added it to both, right? To both Aura Center and Guardians of Pyrium. Yeah, this is like very legit actually for like Aura now. I need to like mention this in my Paladin guide now, I think. This is like really good for Paladins now, for Fire Paladins. Like 16 RR on one item, right? And you don't get +1 all skills, but still it's like 16 RR, 16 Fire RR on a Fire class, right? That's insane. And you have also like 30 Aether RR on a non-Aether class, but like obviously you can't use the Aether RR that like well unless you combine this with Necromancer, right? Which is why I love this change actually a lot. Because it's very nice. This part here. Very good. Good job, great. Gauntlets of Ignifar. Increase fire damage modifier to RF to 20 and added 100% pierce there to fire to Granado. Sounds good to me. It's like easier to convert to fire now apparently for Granado. Let me check my build that I had with that. That like died to crate at some point, right? Bomberman Returns, I think it was called, right? This one. Like a Shieldbreaker. Should probably have exactly that pair of gloves. Yes, he does. And yes, he actually doesn't convert Pierce to fire, right? He only converts Physical to fire. To Granada. So yeah, this is like actually a big buff for this build. Interesting. Very nice buff for this Shieldbreaker. Or like this. You just play it as a Soul Crown. You don't have to like play it as a breaker, but I feel like this weapon is just like so much better on a breaker than on a Soul Crown, because like +2 Oathkeeper is insane actually. Very nice for Shieldbreaker. Alright, nice buff. How can you convert fire to Aether? I don't know. Just need like another 50%, right? Can't you do that like... Oh wait, no, there's like elemental to Aether like all, like everywhere, right? But like fire to Aether, not so much. Yo, welcome in, Naomi. Welcome in, welcome. You had an accident today? Oh no, what happened? You hit your toe. Wow. Wow. Okay. Grave Touch. Increase Frostburn modifier for Drain Essence. Cold Drain Essence is kind of bad, so yeah, nice buff here. Maybe not enough though, I don't know. Guillotine added -1.5 cooldown modifier to Siphon Souls. Is that like... Oops. Guillotine. How do you write that? I can't write anything. I can't write English, I can't write French either. Guillotine, right? Ah, yeah. Well. So why the recharge here? I mean, you want skill recharge to Siphon Souls, so that you're like not forced to use a transmitter. But I think you still want to use the transmitter, right? And then you have like actually very low cooldown to this. Right? Like, whenever you have any like resistance shred or like any other like debuffs to Siphon Souls, right? Even if you're playing Vitality, but you're like not using Siphon Souls as actually a damage, right? Like as damage, but you're just using this, like you're just using this as a debuff, then you kind of like always want to use Serious Souls, right? just to get like higher duration, and because of that, like higher duration to the debuff. And yeah. 4.5 recharge and like 9-second duration. I mean, it honestly doesn't really change that much, except that you can like use this more often now to like debuff more different like enemies, right? Against like one single enemy, it's not gonna change anything, right? It's 1 AF with 1 out of 12. I mean, yeah, of course, you wanna like still put more points, probably. I mean, you're gonna have like plus skills, right? You probably still like wanna soft cap it, right? Oh my god, what am I doing with all the tabs here? Holy shit. Something like 10 is pretty good, right? 7 meters. 10 is like fine, probably. And also, like, yeah, the cooldown does help with like reapplying it to more enemies. Like, if you only want to put 1 point here, right? And say you're like, I don't know, maybe +5 or like +4 to nectar, right? You have like 5.4 meter radius, and like to not have to like put more points here into an ability that doesn't give you anything except for radius, like getting less cooldown to this to like apply it to more enemies that you didn't hit because you didn't have the radius seems pretty good, actually. Yeah, like this might seem like useless, but it's actually not useless at all. I feel like it's pretty good. Gut hook belt added pierce damage. Wait, what? Interesting. Pierce Trickster cup. Centimeters, 7 meters. Yeah, you're GOG, right? So you're not playing the patch. Patch is out on Steam, as you can see. Where are we? Hagaradian Enforcer added, okay, that's like the same thing as above. Halanx's Head, reduced cooldown and proc, and increased lifesteal for Dreeg's Evil Eye. Interesting. It's like Vitality Dreeg's Evil Eye, right? Halanx's Head. If you even use it for Occultist, like usually use this for like a Ritualist, right? Yeah, it's with DE. Okay. Mythical Havoc. Added 15 physical to Fighting Spirit. Small buff. Nothing amazing, but like, okay. Like, ranged buffs are always welcome, as I said earlier, right? Yeti buff. Hellborn. Okay, what do we have here? Increased fire retaliation to 1600. Increased fire damage modifier to RF to 66. Okay. So it's like basically my old like kind of outdated paladin got buffed. Maybe I should update it actually. Like I had like a ranged fire retaliation paladin. Kind of a weird build. Like why would you play a ranged retaliation, right? But it actually works. Infernal Brimstone. They finally found an identity for this besides like when against our Reckoning, I guess. Increased percent all retaliation damage modifier to Vindictive Flame to 140 and increased percent retaliation damage added to attack on the skill proc. I mean, you can also like, you could play like Commando with this, right? You play like Infernal Brimstone, Commando, right? Or Shieldbreaker. You can like still play, I mean, it has attack speed, right? You kind of want to play Retail Shieldbreaker here, right? Like use RF, like max out the third node, like Retribution node, right? Vindictive Flame and Retribution, Retaliation Shieldbreaker. That sounds interesting, actually. Two-hand Retail, CAC W? I mean, yeah. Two-hand Retail is like always so much worse than like Sword and Ball Retail, right? Still waiting for the Xbox port? Yeah. Apparently they have like some more issues. Hopefully Grim Dawn 2 won't have retail builds. But it's still interesting, like, at least this one has, like... Ever since the Vindictive Flame, like, retaliation buff, this already had a, like, an identity, I guess, but I didn't, like, see it until, like, this patch. Interesting. Jareen Thor's head added 12% casting speed. That's like the, Peter's Phantasmal Blades one, right? Yeah. This one has constant speed and CDR now, so you can also like play spam. I played this on cooldown Infiltrator, right? I feel like if you wanna go spam, you might wanna play Occultus instead. Not sure. I mean, or you just play Spite, right? Like Spite Blade Master spam. It's pretty good. Jackson's Lucky Bullet, yeah, bleed stuff, like bleed support for this, pretty nice. For like bleed cadence, like ranged bleed cadence, right? Coven Worm. Increased internal trauma damage modified to Promise Strike. Fist Trauma. Promise Strike buff. Pog. Light's Oath. Added crit damage. Wait, what? I don't think like Light's Oath needed a buff, right? I mean, it's not like an insane ring, but it's like... It has conversion, it has like away, it has a away reduction proc. Like, why does it need a buff? I mean, that's weird. Spam with transmitter that converts to Pierce. I mean, you convert the Pierce to Wit, but then you like convert the Wit to Pierce, so... But yeah, I know what you mean. Burn retail straight into Iron Maiden, she will out-regen your damage. Yeah. I feel like this is it's a weird buff. Like, I don't think that the ring needed like a buff, but it got a buff, so it's even better now. Mark of Bloody Ends, increased health to 544 and increased bleed damage to pets. I have no clue what this even is. It's bleeding pets, I guess, so hooray for bleeding pets, I guess. Mark of Dark Dreams, removed coil damage modified to Widow Shadow. Rest in peace. Mark of Calastor, added bleed damage to Mark of Calastor. Oh, that's like the internal trauma one, right? This one. Oh, for like bleed. Yeah, for like bleed virus mass support, I guess. I mean, okay, makes sense. To support this with like bleed damage for virus might. Mark of the Dreadblade, increased damage and number of targets on a skill proc. That's like the Aether attack speed medal, right? I mean, okay. Mark of Unlife, added A for pets. Increased bleed rest for... Wait, this is like... interesting for pets now, right? Yo, Room K101, thank you so much for the sub, man. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for your sub, man. Thanks so much for your support. Ember Claw, Ground Slam, IEE. So like it's Conjurer, right? Conjurer buff, yikes. I could also like play Druid, like Druid or Warlock pets, but like... I mean, this shares a slot with like Beast Chorus, right? So like you can't use this together with Beast Chorus as well, like at least, right? Yeah, it's a metal, right? Like it needs to compete with Beast Caller, so... Or like Bismil as well, yeah. Beast Caller and Bismil, like... It's a very contested slot, so yeah. It's probably like best for pet like... I don't know. Probably like best for pet druid, I guess. Yeah. So it's fine to buff it, right? Like it needs to compete with like very good items, so yeah. Markovian Stratagem. Added % physical damage. Markovians. Did they just like buff Renan's physical Witchblade that like face tank color. Like this is the item that you want to use to like face tank color, right? Plus 5 max pierce thrust. This is like the face tank color medal, right? And it also has like % physical damage. Okay. Retail is dead, pork chop? I'm not so sure. It's still a retail, right? But it's certainly got nerfed quite a bit. Mask of Infernal Truth. Increased retail damage attack to attack on the granted skull. This is like what? Retail canister, right? This is such a weird item. Mask of Infernal Truth. Dude, I can't fucking write anything. What the fuck? There we go. Okay, this is like... Yeah, retail canister, right? And more retail on this. Huh. Yeah, like this was 42 already and they buffed it even more. Yeah, I feel like retail is still gonna be like... Like, what did they nerf? They nerfed the gloves, right? Like, just switch around your gloves. I mean, or like... Just still like use the same gloves, but... You're gonna lose like a little bit of damage, okay? I mean, who cares, right? It's more like they buffed like the weaker retail specs more than like the nerf the OP stuff, right? Menhirion added bleed damage. This is very good for like bleed virus mud as well, right? Very nice support for bleed virus mud and Menhirion here. Morgus Vitality plus 3 chilling rounds, interesting. Nadan's Reach added modifiers for field command. What are those added modifiers though? Like Nadan's is like the item that got like trashed on, right? So this might be interesting. Let's see what this has now. Necrolord's Gaze added 25% stun rust and increased the A to 56. Okay. Necrolord's Shroud. Pet stuff. Yeah, okay. Who cares about pets, right? Omega lol. Nidala's Leg Wraps added plus 3 to Dread. This is like pretty nice for Acid Bone Harvest, right? I guess. Like Poison Bone Harvest. Northern Worm added 80 cold damage and plus 1 radius to Veil of Shadow. I mean, that's like good, but not really like amazing. It lets you like kite better, I guess. Other than that, you don't really care too much about this. Check out Nadan's Reach though, that's gonna be interesting. Range not played? I mean, you just play like ranged. No, this is not range not play. This is like and you can play ranged not play with this, but it's more like caster not played. It's like you just play Rune of Hagarad, right? It's like a rune build with this northern worm. Like you play Rune of Hagarad, yeah, because it has pierce to cold conversion, right? That's why. Okay, what is this now? Attack speed and pierce damage to field command. Is that enough? Can't imagine a sane person playing Rune. Wow. Why not? Actually, the runes are not bad at all anymore. I think like they're good again. I mean, not like OP, but like good enough to play them. Certainly good enough to play them. This is like not enough, right? Like you can play whole Cold Hagarand, Vitality Hagarand. They're both pretty good. This is like not enough, right? I mean, it's something. And people were like begging for this item to get attack speed. At least it has attack speed now, I guess. Yeah, like this got murdered, right? Like this used to be like elemental to pierce, now it's like fire and lightning to pierce. So rest in peace, like the most important one, the cold to pierce. I don't know, it's like not enough. Too clunky. I mean, you're just playing. says the guy who like played only pets, right, in the league and then like quit. I mean, I don't know. I think it's fun to play with runes. The gay cup.
Well met.
Yeah, my bad. Giant steps, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Mythical Oathbearer. Oh yeah, this is like the paladin that Reynan played as well, like recently. Replace bonuses to Order of Conviction with +1 to Inquisitor. I mean, that's a huge buff. Added 8% attack speed modifier for RF and increased weapon damage modifier to 16%. That is actually quite the buff, like that's no joke. These are like quite some buffs here. At least I didn't -5. True. Mythical Paragar's Betrayal added modifiers to Aegis of Men here. Yeah, but like what? I feel like they wanna make you use this one together with the Void Soul set, right? Like make this the Ignafar and Menhir thing. It's like Chaos, Fist to Chaos. Doesn't like what's it called? Void Soul do the same thing as well. Void Soul does do the same thing as well. What does Void Soul do again? Is it only Fist to Chaos or also something else? Oh, it's like Fire to Vitality. Wait, where's the conversion for the for the ages? There it is, right? Yeah, it's like okay. So like this part is useless on this weapon. It's like just more flat chaos damage, which is still fine. Also like +3 to reprisal. And yeah, like this might be good to use with Void Soul now. No idea. I've actually never played Void Soul, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean the thing is, yeah, you're right. Like the biggest part about Aegis of Men here is like the big weapon damage, right? Like the flat damages attached to it are kind of like whatever. I mean, not whatever, but it's like a small amount of the total damage of Aegis of Men here. So Pagar's Pog now. Yeah, good night, Tyler. Sleep well. Yeah, this is like, I don't know. It's like a small buff. It's like, it looks better than it actually is, I feel like. Plague Bearer of Dreeg. Increased wit to acid for pets to 50%. Replace crit damage modifier for Dreeg's Evil Eye with 30% weapon damage. That's quite a lot. Okay. More buffs to Dreeg's Evil Eye. But I mean, crit damage is also pretty good, right? I don't know. Mythical Pyroclasm Mark, added 18% Aetherus. Okay, that's like a small buff, who cares, right? Rocket Jacks. Here we go. Increase electric damage modifier to Promise Strike and Stormbox to 320 and 240, respectively. And increased percent lightning resist reduction modifier for... Yeah. I'm gonna play this on a Vindicator, like 100% dispatch, like 100%. Reba's Claw. Increased pierce damage modifier to cadence are reckoned to 76 and 66, yes, okay. Reba's Claw. Wait, they buffed Reba's Claw? What the fuck? Why? What? Interesting. I mean, I can agree with like buffing the reckoning part, but like the cadence part? And it's probably like not like a huge buff, but... This is like weird, I don't know. I feel like this didn't need any buffs, right? But oh well. Ring of Zethras, reduced Rata, okay, thank you. Rotringer's Crest, added 100% poison duration to pets, okay. Seems good. Slash of the Immortal Sage, of the Immortal Sage, right. Increased health to 980, added percent fire damage, reduced percent Rata, added to attack on the skill proc, ... What? ... What does Zentai want to tell us here? ... What? Mythical Sign of Bitter Winds. Increased cold damage modifier to drain its essence. Yes, please. This is like Cold Drain Essence, but like pretty meme, right? Like, damage-wise it might be fine, but like it's so squishy that like it needs more damage to like justify playing it at all, right? Serenier's Commendation rather. Added Rata to the skill proc. Wait, Serenier's. Serenier. This one has Rata now. Huh. This was like already good for like fire Rata, right? And also like stuff that like converted fire to say physical or acid maybe. Imagine nerfing Immortal Sage Rata but buffing Mask of Eternal Truth Rata, yeah. Yeah. Did anybody like ever use this? Maybe 14% was like OP or something, I don't know. I've never seen anybody like use this actually. Icrix was better most of the time. That's true though, that's true. But like with Icrix you needed like probably good rolls, right? Like with good FXs, whereas the other one you could like always use, right? Yep, cup. Mamma mia. Madly use this on Acid Sentinel. Okay. So because it was used by Madly, it got nerfed. I already got banned, like leave the man alone, right? Sky Breach Bulwark. Okay, this needs like a big buff, right? Yeah, more Rata to it and more flat lightning to it. I guess that's good, right? Added 60 Aether damage to Weight of Shadow. I mean, why not, right? Small aura buff, why not? Soul Blade, increase attack speed to 18% and replace attack speed modifier to RF with a 22 fire modifier. Okay, so... is that a buff or a nerf actually? Soul Blade had like 8%. No, wait, 12%? That's like a nerf, right? Or maybe not. It's still like 22 flat. I mean, I guess you're getting like rewarded now for still making it to like max attack speed, right? Then you will have more damage than before. But like in a vacuum, I feel like this is a slight nerf. But then again, it's probably like still okay to like get to max attack speed, right? And then it's actually a buff, right? Yeah, I mean, it got 4% here, but it also like lost 12% here, right? Like it got 4%. Right, actually like 6%, right? They like usually show the average numbers, right? It's like 18%. And before like average was 12, so it's like plus 6. So yeah, it only lost like 6% attack speed. I mean times 2, like 12% on 2 of them. And you get like 44 flat. That's probably like a buff for sure, yeah. Soul Lance added 55 Fist to Wit and reduced cooldown to proc. Pew Square is gonna be happy, right? Stunfist Rebuke. Wait, why would you buff this? Okay. Storm Titan Treads. Plus 2 to Upheaval. Storm Shepherd reduced away by 33. They're still nerfing Lightning. Okay. Time Warped Walkers. Replaced Aura to bonus to Aura of Conviction with plus 2 to Death Sentence. Wait, did I use those on my... like apostate? Let me check actually. No. I use those on like chaos builds, right? And then Death Sentence makes more sense than Aura of Conviction, I guess. Like if you play this on a Deceiver, right? Yeah, that's like a buff for Deceivers for sure. Like very good for Deceivers. Or also a post, like Aether Apostate, I guess. Aether Apostate and Chaos, like Chaos Deceiver are getting buffed here. Yeah, it's like AoE aura damage, the 60, and it's like once, like, all the like flat dots are usually like once per second, like they always like tick once per second, right? As far as I know, at least. Basically like 60 flat aether damage per second in an AoE around you, right? Which is like okay. It's not like amazing, but it's like a small buff. Like it's like noticeable, maybe, I don't know, probably not even. Tinker's Ingenuity added % all damage and added % Fizz on the grounded skill. Yo. Is Tinker's not a noob trap anymore? I mean, they just buffed like health regen builds, right? Like a lot here. So you get like Fizz here and you have like all damage here. Yo, this is like so good for health regen builds now. I mean, it already was good for health regen builds, but it does like help with the usually like lower than average % damage on health regen builds, right? That's pretty nice. That's like very nice for health regen builds. Very nice buff here. For Tinkers. Titan Podrons added bleed damage. Probably also like to support bleeding virus mod. Yep. Yeah, +2 tectonic shift and bleed damage. Also brute force. Blind side. And Blitz doesn't have bleed damage, but like it's very good for like bleed Archon, right? Or like bleed any Oathkeeper, right? Yeah, that's actually like very nice. I feel like Oathkeeper always had like the potential to be like a good bleeding class, but the only skill with like bleeding damage is Tectonic Shift. I mean, you also have Bleed RR on the Guardians, but like Itemization for this was so awkward because like all the things that give you +2 to Tectonic Shift did not have bleed damage, and now they, I feel like, fixed pretty much all of that, so that's pretty good. Tome of Atonement, replace bonuses to Duke's Evil Eye. Okay, this used to be the Fire Duke's Evil Eye, right? And I mean, it still is that, right? Wait, to both allow. Wait, we have to check this out in the game, right? Tome of Atonement. There it is. It supports now both cooldown and spam. So you play this with a new set like 100% now, right? So it now has fire damage, burn damage, total damage modified by 15%, wit to fire, acid to fire. It just gives you fire with iron, like just like that, right? It's like full fire anything. It doesn't have any cooldown to it anymore. Yeah, that's gonna be sick actually. Fire Duke's Evil Eye, hey? Seems pretty good. Touch of the Ever-Living Grove. Increased total speed to 10%. Right. Wait, this is actually... not bad at all, right? I can imagine this being like good on a, what's it called again, like an Avenger build maybe? But Avenger you probably like play something else, right? I don't know. Increase the A to paths, yada yada yada, okay. It's a proc again, it's the heal, right? Yeah, this is like still pretty good on Avenger, I feel like. Like better than before for sure. What about supporting spam Blackwater Cocktail? Yeah, why not, I guess. Oh no, not the song, holy shit. It's cancer. Turian's Reprisal, reduced cocktail, yep. I mean, Arcane Undo just, that's still good apparently, so... I know within reason, as expected. Veil Piercer added 6% Fizzerness to pets and increased attack speed to pets. What does Veil Piercer even support? Like, which kind of support, like damage type? Veil Piercer. Hellhound. +1 summon them to raise skeletons. So it's like a little Lost Souls item? I don't know. Void Steel Gauntlets, increased chaos damage. Okay, I mean... I feel like they were like kind of lacking behind Void Rend quite a bit, yeah. That's a good buff here. Wild Lotus. Oh yeah, this is still like the noob item, right? Which is fine, like it's kind of like the third of belts, right? Will of Bismiel. Replace percent at execute and at execute duration modifiers to someone familiar with 1% projectile pass through. So basically, worse single target, better AoE, right? The damage on cocktail isn't that much anymore, but possibly it's mostly because of the burn up sword, yeah. Like minus 24 instead of minus 10 is like quite a lot, right? Buff to pets. I mean, pets have bad AoE. They have insane single target, and this one like nerfs single target and buffs AoE. So I feel like it's okay, right? The old content mods for birds. Yeah, true, actually. Yeah, this change is pretty good, yeah. The content conversion change. True. Murmgross, that's true. Witching Hour, add a 10% CDR, 8% physicalness to +2 to Infernal Breath, increased health for the pets to 24%. Chaos pets are back, baby, maybe? I don't know. Wrath of Tenebris. Okay, what do we have here? Please don't hurt Sentiment too much. Replace bonuses to death sentence with +2 to Inquisitor. I mean, that's fine. The Inquisitor sign was in my opinion like lacking. Increased chaos damage modifier for Word of Renewal and added 8% attack speed modifier to it. Increased weapon damage modifier to Doombolt to 80% as well. So this is like a buff to my Sentinel as well. And everything else is like a buff to, I guess, Chaos Hour Reckoning Paladin, right? And this could be like quite a lot of chaos damage, right? I'm not quite sure if that's like enough, but it seems like these values are pretty high, right? Please don't hit Bloom Farmer too much. Yeah, pretty much. Mythical Wretched Tome of Nar Adin actually got buffed, so like I'm not complaining, obviously. Increased acid damage modifier to Drix Evil to 44. Yeah, that's like the offhand that you always want to like play with acid, poison, Drix Evil, right? Nar Adin. That's one that's pretty good for like Dreek set, right? You like play 5-piece Dreek set and you like play this on the offhand. Like the classic Dreek Zero build pretty much. What else? Zolhan's Revenge. Reduce Rata, okay, fuck Rata, right? Nightbringer, reduce CDR to 14 and Physrus to 14. Nerfhammer has yet again found the Nightbringer. Feels bad, man. I mean, on one hand it's maybe deserved, but like on the other hand, this is like still a super hard to get weapon, right? Like why would you nerf this? So it got changed from... This was like average 16 before, right? Average 16 to average 14. I mean, that's like a 2% nerf, which is maybe not that big of a deal, but it's still a nerf. It's still gonna be a good weapon, but I don't know. What do you guys think? It got wrecked? I mean, it is a nerf, but I wouldn't say like it got wrecked, right? It's like still good, right? But like 2% Physras, if you're like stacking Physras, which you are on Nightbringer, right? Nightbringer builds trying to stack Physras. Like the difference between having 80% Physras and 78% Physras, for example, is like pretty big actually. Yeah. Oh yeah, true. The numbers will all be rerolled now. Yeah, that's like, yeah. Oh my god, that's like, that's gonna be like so horrible. If you had like a max roll Nightbringer, it might not be max roll anymore, right? It might be like mid roll maybe. Oculus Visage increased the A to 66 and decreased Rata to Smite. Okay, man, this is like fine. Rata to like weapon pools because it's like Omega Lola anyway, right? So this is like fine, I guess. I mean, it could be good with like. It's basically like a buff to the Rata Paladin build, right? The ranged Rata Paladin build. Which I think wasn't that great on last patch, so it's fine. Pandemic replaced energy reduction modifier to Drixie Eye with 150 DK modifier. Okay. Phasebreaker, again the Fist to X conversion added. Ravager's Dread Gaze. Wait, what? Added 380 health to all of them, apparently. Like, this one is gonna have like percent health and flat health now. That's... I mean, this was already like pretty good, right? This one got reduced, but like by how much? Like, why did they not tell us? How much did it get trashed on? Imagine if it was Sigil, like, yeah. Now, Ravager's Hood was like really good though. Was like really good. Wait, which character does have one here? Maybe the Defiler, for example? Yeah, I think so. The Defiler has one, right? What's it called again? Gargoban. There it is, right? Gargoban. %% was already low. Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't low. I think it was like okay. But yeah, it might not have needed the nerf, right? Does Defiler have Chaos Conversion anymore? I mean... Right. Okay, so it's 8 instead of 10. I mean, that's fine. I feel like 8 instead of 10 is fine. Wait, what did you use for Chaos to Vitality conversion before? The RR wasn't a good part of the helm? I mean, yes and no. I feel like it's kind of what like put the helm... I mean, it's obviously like very good without the RR as well. But I feel like the RR is like what made it like actually really good. The conduits. Someone has lightning to vitality now instead of chaos to vitality. Wait, did they remove the... Did it used to have chaos to vitality as well? Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, then this actually got nerfed. But I mean, you have still Chaos to put on the belt. But you lost like 50%, yeah. We have to check the numbers in Grim Tools, right? So you lost like 50% of the numbers here, right? Which is like around 60 or like 55. But you gained yeah, nothing, right? Because you converted elemental to vitality anyway, right? You just lost, you didn't... Actually, yeah, I was wrong earlier, right? I didn't think of like the build already having like lightning to vitality conversion. It basically just lost half of the chaos damage, right? Yeah, this is actually quite a nerf to the spell down. It didn't get nerfed actually because it's on Fire Strike. Huh? You mean no. It's still got nerfed for single target damage. As far as I know, the... Wait, did it need it for everything? Not just the splinters? Yeah, I think it's like before, right? The local conversion converted the flat chaos to vitality on the target that you're hitting. It didn't convert the fragments, but it still converted like the flat chaos damage for your like main attack. So for single target damage, it is a nerf, right? It's like a basically whatever for AoE, because I already had the like conversion on the belt for AoE. But yeah, for single target, it is a nerf, right? Yeah, it's just splinters. Like splinters were only converted with global conversion, and like the main attack was converted with like local as well. So it is a nerf for single target damage. For AoE it's like the same, but for single target it is a nerf, right? Okay. Let's move on. What do we have here? Okay, Ravagers is 8% now instead of 10%, right? Ring of Orisa, increased bleed damage on the skill proc. Okay. I was gonna play around this for bleed anyway. Ring of Zethras. Yeah, Pakurata, right? Wait, you already had all of this, right? Oh, this is like the non-mythical stuff now. Yeah, okay, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah, right? Already like basically covered all of these, except for, wait, there's some in here, like the Pummeler, right? Also the Sign of the Screaming Veil, right? Added 8% Physical modifier to Maven Spirit Protection. Wait, what? Yeah, they just like buffed your Spellbinder, right? They just buffed the Arcane Undo Spellbinder. Okay. Guess Spellbinder wasn't strong enough yet. Maybe they actually like saw Armored Author's video, right, on YouTube, and they were like, yeah, this needs a buff. Just kidding. Shut off the Eternal Flame, reduce burn damage modifier to canister bomb. Okay. Soul Lance added, I mean, this is like the same as Mythical, right? The Pummeler added fire damage and increased trauma damage modifier to Aegis of Men here. Okay. It's like an Octavius buff, I guess. Like, you wanna play this with Octavius maybe, right? Tome of Atonement. Yeah, okay, Venom Lance. Added 45 Fist to Acid. Oh, wait. Venom Lance is big now. I think I was actually suggesting Venom Lance to somebody who was like trying to do like acid ranged RF with like the green shotgun, right? This actually has flat acid to RF now, and also like more poison damage to RF. So yeah, as I said, like if you wanna like play RF, like ranged two-handed RF, like Righteous Fervor, you wanna play Venom Lance now, like even more than before. Like ranged RF Dervish, I guess. It's still like such a mess of an item. Like, why does it have like +4 to Ravenous Earth? Like, why? I don't get it. It's like the most troll thing ever. Like, why does it have +4 to RE? Like, why would you ever play RE on this weapon? If it was like +4 to decay, maybe, like the damage reduction part of RE, then maybe. But like, what the fuck? It's so troll. Aspect of the Guardian kind of makes sense still, but I feel like you just play Dolbridge on this, right? Voidspire replaced bonuses to execution with +1 to Knotblade, increased chaos damage modifier to execution to 200, and added 8% attack damage converted to half. That's actually insane. Voidspire seems pretty strong now. It's like a pretty strong Saboteur item. I mean, you like definitely like a buff for Chaos Saboteur again. Like 100%. Very good Chaos Saboteur buff. Maybe even like a Chaos Infiltrator buff as well. Could like play 2 of these, right? Like Deadly Aim, insane Chaos damage here. Or you just play the Fast Strike, right? and play Saboteur. The question is though, like, do you still want to use a second Fang of Chthon, right? Or do you want to play 2 Void Spires? And the answer to that question is probably you still want to use a second Void of, like, Fang of Chthon, right? Because Fang of Chthon still is like broken as fuck, right? Maybe. On the other hand, this like favors Witch Hunter like a lot, right? I mean, this is like the broken part, right? 15% here? Like, why is it not 10%? I feel like 10% is like good enough. Like, why is it 15? Like, that's so broken. But yeah, maybe like 2 White Spire on like a demo, I mean on a Saboteur, right? Because like it's +1 to all the skills in Saboteur after all. It could be like still good, right? Like better than maybe a second, I mean a Fang of Chthon in the offhand, right? Not sure though. What do you guys think? Chaos Pyro 2? What about Chaos, what about Chaos Purifier? Melee Chaos Purifier. You have a Dervish with it, with the Venom Lance. Yeah, like Venom Lance is such a meme, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, like non-mythical Fang of Chthon is like already good enough, right? That's what I'm saying. Chaos barely has any RR through classes, but they don't need it. Fair enough. Like, they don't even need it, right? Yo, per Pokemon. Like, enemies have like kind of no Chaos Resist anyway. Like, they have like Chaos Resist is probably like one of the lowest resistances that enemies have, right? And yeah, like you don't need 15 there, in my opinion. It's like 10 is probably fine. Like the issue I have with it, like, is it's just like whenever you have like a slot free for a weapon for Chaos, right? Whenever you're like using any one-handed Chaos weapon, you're basically like forced to always play Fang of Chthon, right? Like, I don't know. And like, I mean, look at fucking Chaos Witch Hunter, right? Like, I feel like it's still gonna have like very good damage, even with like 5% less RR, right? It's not gonna be as broken maybe, but I feel like it's more like limiting other options. Because it's like too good, right? Like overall too good. I mean, you don't need to like do like maybe 15, but like, or like nerf it down to 10, maybe like nerf it down to 12, right? Like maybe 12% RR is like, I feel like it's not gonna be like bad with 12% RR, right? Like 12% is still like maybe too much even. Like 10 is, I feel like 10 is probably like the way to go. And I mean, we all know that like RR is like super powerful, right? And Grim Dawn, I mean, they already like nerfed RR a little bit, like I think 1 or 2 patches ago, when they like reduced all resistances across the board by like 5 or something like that, but also like reduced RR skills by like 5 all across the board. They could have like reduced RR on like some specific items as well, to be honest. No RR for Grim Dawn 2, please. I feel like RR is, it's a fine mechanic, but the numbers are just like not quite exactly there for Grim Dawn. They're not like super bad, but not like perfect, man. Say, what if you weren't able to stack like -X%, right? Like you can't stack reduced RR, right? Like flat reduced RR, you can't stack that. You can't stack reduced %, but you can stack -X%, right? What if in Grim Dawn 2 you weren't able to like stack -X% either and only like the highest would apply? Maybe that's like too scuffed, but I don't know. Okay, we're done with the like non-legendaries, right? Legendary set items. Order of Octavius set. Increase physical damage for Rune of Kalastor. Seems good. Kalastor is like not the best skill in the game, so more love to Kalastor is always welcome. Bearsmith's Destroyers, increased cooldown reduction modifier for Gunado to -0.8, and reduced cooldown reduction modifier for Canister Bomb to -1.3. So basically buffing Granado part and nerfing Canister Bomb part. Seems fine to me. Granado's like, generally speaking, the worst ability compared to Canister Bomb, so there's like a small nerf to the entire set probably all around. But yeah, like more love to Granado, I like that. Beast Callers. I don't know about this, it's probably like a... I mean, this is a certain nerf here. Certain nerf. Overall, it might be like a nerf as well. Blood Knight, reduced Fizz. I mean, honestly, the Fizz on this was pretty ridiculous. Like, the 3-piece set bonus was like completely out of this world, so... I can see this being reasonable. Miscellaneous trinkets removed percent HP, percent all damage, and percent crit damage. Get wrecked, holy shit. The Gallons, Annihilator, and Destroyer. Okay, that's like the stuff, right? Removed conversion modifiers for Fire Strike, 2 mods for Flame Touch, yeah. To also have the splinters of Brimstone be affected by the conversion, right? Dark Blaze Incinerator added 15% physical to Chaos. I mean, yeah, something as these, okay. Here we go, Dark Mod set. Nerf. Reduced with damage modifier to Radigo totems to 80 to 40. Okay, so it's basically just like the Shaman part nerf, which is arguably the strongest part of the set. So, I mean, on the other hand, defenses weren't touched, so like it's still super good defensively, right? And the healing is still the same, because the healing on these don't scale, like doesn't scale with the damage, it scales just like with standing there, right? Like the healing doesn't scale with damage, it scales with like just standing there. They buffed the activation chance for the proc. I mean, you could, I guess, like play Lightning Fire Strike or something like that with this as well. There's like a buff for that. Dawn Seekers Light set added 250 lightning damage modifier for Virgin Renewal and Savagery. Removed lightning retaliation modifier for Savagery. Wait, what? Oh, this was like flat lightning rata, and this is like percent lightning rata now. Okay. I mean, yeah, the Inquisitor side of this was kind of meme, so this time being buffed is good. Mythical Dawnbreaker's Sledge reduced Rata on the skill proc. Yeah, fuck Rata, right? Death Guard set. Here we go. This is like a... probably one of the worst sets in the game, right? Increased poison damage modifier to Bone Host to 50 per 5 seconds. Seems good. Increased Elemental Rest to 36. Okay. Increased the A to 52. Increased health. There is still no Fizz Rest on this, right? Which is... kinda still makes this like super squishy. But at least it like keeps getting buffs, right? Yo, Mike! Thanks for the raid, man. Patch hype? Did you play some WoW, or did you actually check out the patch notes? I mean, you probably did check out the patch notes, right? I know, you can't read, right? Never mind, you didn't check them out, right? My bad. My bad. The rats have arrived. Savagery has 0% Rata now? Wait, what? Oh, wait, they just removed it. True. Wait, what? It has like percent. So, like, whenever you attack with Savagery, you just buff your standard Rata that you like. Dude, that's maybe like, I don't know, that's like kind of harsh, right? Like, how do you attack ranged mobs now again? This is like old school Rata set now, right? This is just like percent Rata stuff to everything, but like how do you attack ranged, right? This is like Forgotten Gods undone. With Counter-Strike? Yeah, that's like literally the only thing, right? But like, It's like a small AoE around you. I mean, sure, you do. I mean, you have to like stand in the enemy's face and like wait for Counter-Strike to proc. Residential sleeper. Just use Honor. Yeah, just use Honor, right? But it got nerfed, right? I know, they could have like left 1% rather, right? At least like 1%. Alright, Deception of Dreek. This is like Dreek's Evil Eye stuff. Removed acid and poison damage modifiers for Dreek's Evil Eye. These bonuses have been added to the base skill. Wow. Wait. That's a huge buff, right? To like the entire Dreek's Evil Eye line, obviously. This one had 70 flat here and 165% here, right? Did they also add this to the base ability? Like the pass-through? Let me like find Rector just here. Let me find some guy over here. Wait, where's one? Too many characters, what the heck? There it is, okay. There's a Ocultist. If they added like pass-through as well, that would be sick, right? Where was I? Deception of Dreek, right? There we go. Just said like removed acid and poison damage modifiers, right? It doesn't say like the pass-through stuff could also like removed, right? So I guess the pass-through is still only on the set, not on the base skill. That would have been like 2 OP, I guess. Would be like pretty OP then. Demon Slayer's Defense. Replace bonuses to Blade Bearer with +3 to Heartseeker. I mean, makes sense, right? Diviner's Vision. Increase vitality damage bonus for pets to 50. Removed % all damage bonuses for pets. Increase % Aether and vitality resistance reduction modifier to Illumine to what? -12? Wait, I feel like this is a buff to the like Vitality Devastation binder version of this, and like I don't know what it does to pets. Maybe like a nerf or a buff, I have no idea. But it's certainly a buff to like Vitality Devastation binder, right? Why? Wasn't it like already like very strong? Thank you for buffing Bleeding Team Slayer, yeah, +3 Heartseeker. They're like ignoring all of your feedback, Relen. I don't know why. Yeah, like this set needs like bleed damage, right? Like what the fuck? Gauze Malice. Reduced % attack speed and casting speed you have from the summoned pet's aura to 8%. Okay, I have no clue about this. Invoker's Will set. Reduced crit damage modifier to penalties. Wait. Was penalties like 2 OP or what? Penalties confirmed was 2 OP. I mean, it's mainly a wit set, but like, why wouldn't they like... They have like % bleed damage on fucking Korba set, right? Like, why would they not add % bleed damage to Demon Slayer? Like, why not, right? Like, why do they like need to not put bleed damage here, right? Like, I don't know. Hybrid already works for Trickster. So like, you mean it doesn't need it? Like, it's already like good enough without the % bleed? It's like, why do you have bleed damage on Korba, right? But you don't have bleed damage on this. On this, right? On this set. Judicator Seals. Increased health regen. Okay. Good for health regen builds. This kind of, yeah, makes these better fitters if you don't get Goddess Rings, right? Justicar Guard set added 50 fire damage and 180 burn damage to Blitz. Those are like the Justice set, right? Yeah. Sure, like the Blitz part is, I feel like, the worst about the set, so like buffing that is fine. Krieg's Grip reduced good on the skip rock. That's a like subtle but still nice buff to Krieg set. which I think it needs a buff. Like it's kind of, that's a little underwhelming creature to be honest. Theorycrafting sidearm added, okay, that's like the same thing as all the other stuff for range weapons. Markovian's Bastion set added 30% slow rest bonus and increased percent health bonus to 24%. Increased cooldown refresh on the skill proc to 1.2 seconds. Wait, wasn't like Markovian already like actually pretty good? Like what? I feel like Markovian is such an underrated set. I feel like some people know it's like actually really good, but nobody plays it except for like those few people. But I guess it doesn't make Crucible in like 4 minutes, so that's like why nobody has this like on their radar, right? Demon Slayer's defense, yeah, same thing as up there. Lights Defender gauntlets, increased lightning damage modifier to Stunjacks. Okay, interesting. Makes you wanna play that Stunjacks Purifier even more. Falloon's head and rifle, replace bonuses to soldiers with +1 to demo, and replace bonuses to demos with +2 to soldier. So you basically lose +1 demo and you gain +1 soldier, right? Effectively making Purifier, like Fire Strike version of this worse, but Cadence version better, right? So like, if you play Cadence though, you play Tactician, right? So like basically it buffs Tactician like nerfs Purifier, right? That's what it basically does, like roughly. And like if you play Tactician, you just like gain +1 all like +1 soldier skills. If you like play Purifier, like you switch around skills from like demo to soldier. And because of that, you get like a small nerf. You're already sleeping? Nature's Call Regalia set. Added 15 physical damage modifier for pets. Yeah, whatever. I have no clue about pets. Beast Caller's Call. Yeah, that's a nerf, obviously. Right against 40. This like needs heavy buffs, I feel like. It only got health. I mean, that's something at least, but I don't know. Right against probably like, still not worth it, right? This patch is huge, what the fuck. Razen's Jam added +2 to Zolan's technique and removed Fizz to Chaos, okay. Ramton Chest Guard increased health to 600 and replaced Elemental Rest with Fizz Rest. Wait, what? This is huge. Ramton buff, Pog. Ramton Pendant, increased crit damage to Horn of Gander. That's like a buff to my Ramton build as well, like Ramton Infiltrate, right? Nice. More Fizz Rest. That's like the big part here. Everything else is kind of whatever, like this is the big part. Rot Guys set, increased poison duration, okay. I've never played it. Seems good, I guess. Sentinel of the 3 set, here we go, like that's gonna be nerfed to the ground, right? Maybe not. Wait, it's only a fix an issue, that's it? No nerf? Oh, reduced acid retaliation bonus, there we go. Yeah, okay, it got nerfed, right? To 1840 instead of what? Instead of it was 1840 to 2550. So they basically made this like just be the low roll now all the time. I mean, that's fine. That's not even like a big nerf, I guess. I mean, it's gonna be noticeable for sure. They made the bin like the average now. And it doesn't have a minute max, I guess, now. Rot Guys is viable now. And you could always like play Rot Guys and like play like Regal and Aura, right? And like play Poison Drixie and some other stuff, I guess. It always like kind of worked, but I don't know how good it really was. Shepherd of Lost Souls. Increased with damage, yada yada yada. Increased health to raise skeletons, this is big. Skeletons need more health, right? Wait. Removed health bits. What? What did they do? Lost soul. So they removed this, but they made the 60. So it's like all the other pets have like 15% less health, but the skeletons have 5% more health. I mean, I was gonna say like skeletons have more health, but like not like this, right? This part is still good for fire though, like removing this and adding this is probably like not gonna change too much for vitality, but it's certainly gonna buff the set for fire, right? Like fire skeletons are gonna like benefit hugely from this. I feel like my fire skeleton Kabbalas got buffed like at least with 3 or 4 items here. Targo's mad at more trauma, okay. Please buff all of my builds, thank you. Please buff all my trash builds, haha. Clairvoyance focus up. I mean, this was not the trash build, it's like Cult Color as well. Increase percent chance to... Wait, you have 25% chance to reset Doombolt and Reap Spirit with us. Wait, didn't you play this Dagron, aka Arcane Undo? And like you said you had like the fastest crate killer ever with this set? If all of my builds are bad, you don't have to worry about nerfs. Yeah, exactly. Just like play my builds right. They're like borderline playable, like barely playable, and you always get bossed right. Feels good, man. Nah, they're not that bad, but they're not like OP at all. My builds usually. Yeah, like they buffed your fastest build, right? Like your fastest crate killer at least. Interesting. Cyclone set increased lighting damage modifier to our reckoning to like this. Yeah, finally like. I feel like this part, like the Reckoning part of Cyclone set was like trashed on it. This was like horrible. I mean, they still trash on it, like they reduced the Fizzar. 0 Fizzrus. Like this set used to be like, what, 30% Fizzrus or something like that? And now it's like less and less. At least the Reckoning part got buffed again, like this was so bad. Corbin Dune Fiend set. Okay, what do we have here? This is Acid, our Reckoning, right? Increased Fizzrus bonus to 12%. Okay. Increased Acid damage modifier to our Reckoning to 66%. And increased attacks, lifesteal actually to 6%. Okay. Nice. I mean, why not? I don't think it needed a buff, but then again, I don't think this build was like OP at all. It was like fine, like it was a good build. Both as a Dervish and a Sentinel, but yeah, that's gonna make Managat happy, I think. He was like playing the Dervish here, right? Sacred Harmony set, this is next in Ortus, right? Added minus 10% RR, like fire RR, and 80 fire damage modifiers to Veda Shadow. Okay. Making this like better for fire as well. Ortus increased fire damage modifier to Shadow Strike to 120. Yo, Ultra Crowder, welcome on, thanks for the prime. Welcome on. Thank you so much for your prime, man. Enjoy all of these emotes, and yeah, welcome on, man. Welcome on. That's true, like the Chill Heart bleeding build was actually like even faster against Crate, and they didn't nerf that, true. I mean, they didn't nerf his binder either, right? But what do we have here? Vanquisher set, actually. Wait, what? Increased health, increased RR, increased damage, increased fire. I mean, this one doesn't really matter that much, but I feel like Vanquisher was kind of squishy, and the health is pretty nice, and percent RR is also pretty nice. Like, you might not even need Viper then, right? I mean, Viper is 20% then, right? It's still like 5% less. Void Soul set, increased energy regen bonus to 8 and added +1 radius modifier to Doombolt. That's huge if you're like half Pepega aim like me, right? If you like can't aim Doombolt, then you're gonna like be able to aim Doom Bolt easier like this. Increase percent damage modifier to Aegis of Men here to 8%, and increase chaos damage modifier to chaos Ignifier to 32 to 130. Nice. Yeah, I feel like this set was maybe lacking a little bit of damage. It could be like very good now actually. Like all of these buffs are pretty good actually. More energy as well. Is this live? Yeah, the patch is live as well. Yes, yes, yes. The patch is live. At least on Steam. I don't know about GOG. But yeah, on Steam I'm playing like 1.1.9 as you can see, right? Yeah. Valdunes, no, where are we? Uruburg's guys set. Increase Aether damage modifier to Drain Essence to 115. Okay. I mean, I feel like Drain Essence is kind of like, except for Rata, it's kind of not that good, right? Did they like not nerf Rata Drain Essence, by the way? No, Rata Drain Essence was using Bernath Soul, right? I think so. Am I playing? Yeah, that's a lie. Yeah, I'm not playing right now. Valdun set, this is like the same as non-mythical, right? Valgur's Hunger set, reduced with damage modifier to Sigil. What? Added skill drop from the touch. Oh, they moved. Yeah, okay, the gloves got nerfed. The gloves got like trashed on. Like so many builds were like using the gloves right for the conversion and the proc. I mean, the proc doesn't really matter that much though. If the gloves lost the conversion, I feel like they would have gotten like trashed on even more. So like this is fine. Like this is like just a small nerf. I mean, that's probably fine, right? Increased with damage to totems to 66. Wait, was Valgur like OP or why did they nerf this? Maybe it was OP, I don't know. Maybe the Sigil part was OP. I have no clue. Virtuous Defender, increased percent crit damage modifier to Aegis of Men here to 18%. Virtue buff, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I've like never seen a Virtue build ever since like the first patch of Grim Dawn. Like on the first patch of Forgotten Gods, right? Virtue was like OP AF, then they trashed on it, and then like nobody played it ever again, right? I've never seen this ever again after the first patch. Maybe people do play it, but I've personally never seen it like ever again. Also Wild Heart, increased bleed damage. They're buffing like bleed again, right? So funny. Sentinel's good with it? Oh, okay. That's true, like Sentinel is such a like versatile class, right? Like when in doubt, Sentinel out. Class and skills. Here it actually like becomes really interesting. Like everything up to this point was kind of like situation on the build. Here are like the big changes. Acheron Scorpion. Increased percent acid damage to 39%. Okay, that's not a big change, that's like a small change. Aladra's Phoenix, increased health. Okay, it's like a small change. Autumn Boar, increased Rata. And Reflect Resist. I feel like this is kind of good. Like a good buff, because Boar, while it's a decent Rata devotion, it was kind of like not used that much for Rata. On Rata builds at least. Behemoth, increased percent healing by 6%. Okay. After Guardian, increased OANDA to 16. Okay. Falcon, increased bleed damage to 39% and health to 60. Okay. Are they just like buffing everything? What the fuck? Are just making the game easier? What is this? More lasted on Fox. More heal on Harvestmans. Hydra has attack speed now. Okay, that's huge. This is like actually huge for range builds now. I feel like Hydra's probably like a must-have for like most range builds now. Hyrion. Okay, this one needs a proper buff though. 16 armor, 55 block, 10 healing received, health to 200. Okay, let me check out Hyrion actually. Increased retaliation, kick weight. I mean, I feel like increasing it on board is kind of fine. This one though, right? So this one had 28% shield damage block before. Wait, now it has 50? It's like double the amount, that's insane. Increased armor to... It had 10%, now it has 16%. Yeah, Hyrian got the proper buff it needed. I felt like... This was probably like one of the worst, if not the worst devotion on the last patch. Maybe, I mean, Typhus is like good for pets, I guess. Yeah, this is probably like the worst in the game, like on last patch. And now it seems health to 200 and healing received to 10. Oh, that's like 10 instead of 8. And health is 200. I guess on this node. I mean, we can check it out in the game, right? I mean, we can just like go in the game and like check it out, like check out the nodes in the game. Lizard increased healing increased to 6%. Lotus increased healing increased to 10%. I kind of like this. These stats are interesting. They are just like not that much played around yet. But with these changes, they might like be played around on this like very patch now, right? Messenger of War, more armor. Okay. Mokjogun added 6% lifesteal. It's actually very interesting because it's like mainly a bleed devotion, right? And bleed builds usually need higher values of lifesteal if they want to like lifesteal via their secondary, because they're like not scaling the secondary damage time that high. So you need like higher lifesteal values to like leech or physical or pierce damage, right? Because you don't scale that as well. So yeah, like adding more lifesteal to this is gonna help bleeding builds survive, I guess, that do rely on lifesteal. So yeah, Hyrian has 20 shield damage blocked here and 35 here now. Yeah, that's insane actually. Right, let's compare this to, say, Shield Maiden, right? Shield Maiden has, what, 45? Yeah, actually Hyrian has more shield damage blocked than Shield Maiden now. However, Shield Maiden obviously has, like, recovery time, block chance, all of which Hyrian doesn't have. But if you can, like, get both of them, I wonder. Also 8% armor here, 8% armor here, 200 HP, 10% healing effect increase. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Hyrian might be like actually maybe good, right? 20k health regen builds now. Yeah. And it's probably possible. You wanna do a Desolator build of the Ground Summit now? Yeah, that should be better than before for sure. And yeah, Mokjurung of the Wolf has 6% lifesteal somewhere now. On this node, okay. Obelisk of Men here. Updated distribution of bonuses and reduced rata to 60%. This is gonna probably hurt the 3 like value nodes down at the bottom, right? That usually people tend to pick. Yep. Oh, wait. Okay, so it basically hurts people going 5 nodes obelisk, right? You can still go like 3 nodes, like the node down here, the node to the right, and the node here for like DA stuff, right? Like armor and DA stuff is still good here, but you can't like reliably go 5 nodes obelisk anymore, right? Like people used to go like sometimes, like not that often, but like sometimes the 3 like armor and DA nodes right down here, and then like this one like useless, and then take this one as well for like armor absorption, stun resistance and stuff like that, right? It also hurts people who did 2 points obelisk for 5% DA. Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah, like this one used to be like accessible, I think, over here. Like now you have to like use this one first, then this one, and then this one. Yeah, like the DA one is like the last one now. Yeah. like you are forced to like take 2 armor nodes first. So like if you don't like scale armor, these aren't that good. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, like 2 nodes. Yeah, like true. Like two nodes obelisk is like way worse as well now for like non-armor builds. Yeah, two nodes is like very bad now, or like way worse. And 5 nodes is like worse as well. 3 nodes is still like very good though. Like 3 nodes is still very good. Basically the same thing, right? This obelisk change. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be that bad though. It's gonna nerf like 1 or 2 builds here and there, I guess. Disgusting change. I feel like it's fine. Probably. Scales, increased health regen, reduced health, but increased health regen and energy regen, okay. Removed away, reduced lifesteal. Huh. Okay. I mean, overall, this is more like being shifted towards like health and energy regen, which is kind of fine. I agree with this change, but like removing away on top, I don't know. This is probably not necessary. Like this change, I think is fine. This is totally fine. This change, I don't know. Don't really like that much. Wire, increased health to 200% health to 8%. Are they like ever gonna buff this for internal trauma, like non-retail? Like ever? Vulture, increased the weight to 60. That's actually huge. Like Vulture is such a like underused devotion. Like sometimes people use it to like get 5 red, but otherwise you like don't use it ever, right? But it had 10 away. Now it has 60. Right, how? It just added 15 on all the nodes here, like 15 here, 15 here, 15 here, 15 instead of 10 here. Yeah, like, okay, like if you need OA now, you can like actually take Vulture, right? If you're like if you're OA starved and you want OA, I mean, and you need red affinity, you can like always pick Vulture now, right? 50 away to red bird, pog. Yeah, that's pretty huge buff to Vulture for sure. Jackal, I mean, say some builds, right, that don't necessarily need the total speed from Jackal and like don't need a 2% Fidras here. And we're like using, say, Jackal and like a red node here, maybe. Maybe some of those builds want to like spec the Vulture instead now. I mean, it's still kind of a situation because like, why would you need 5 red, right? Like, why would you need 5 red in Vulture when things like Bat, Ghoul exist, right? Like, just play Bat and Ghoul in every build, right? Cup. Aetherfire. Reduce maximum number of Aetherfires that can exist at any one time to 8 from 10. Okay, so they didn't give this a cooldown, but they still kind of nerfed it. Okay. I mean, you can like still stack it up to 8 quickly against a boss, right? But it's gonna like cap at 8, so that's probably fine. But it's, yeah, it's certainly a nerf. This means command, increased damage dealt by the summoned pet. Yeah, this pet was like completely garbage, right? Like this pet was such garbage. Now it's better. Okay. I feel like it probably like also needs more HP. Maybe, I don't know. No idea. I've actually not played it that much. Falcon Swoop, increased bleed damage scaling with rank. Nice. Bleed build buff. Fetid Pool, reduce Rata by 1%. Fist of Wire, get fisted, right? By 4%, reduce Rata. Maul, lifesteal no scales of the rank up to 40%. That's like still, I think I said this earlier, right? Mourn's like insane last heal against like AoE, like a group of enemies. Like a single target damage, nah, not that much. But we know it scales to 40%, so maybe you actually feel it against single target now as well. Against like trash, that's gonna like instantly heal you up to full almost, right? That's pretty good, right? Doctoring on a patch stream. Why do these devotions look scuffed? Yeah, I'm gonna check them out later maybe. Scorpion Sting. Increased base weapon damage by 5%, increased poison damage scaling with rank. I don't know, I think this is like already a good devotion. Like, why did they buff it so much? I mean, okay, why not? But Stormform, Rata get trashed on, right? Turtle's Hammer, Rata get trashed on. Trample, Rata get trashed on. Tsunami, increased weapon damage. Yes, please. Wait, what does it like specify Celestia proc? What other tsunamis there? Like real life tsunami? What do you mean? Sentai, like why is Celestia proc here? Like in real life tsunami gets more weapon damage? Monka. So yeah, this one has now 22 instead of 18, right? Or like rather it's gonna have 34 instead of 30 at max rank, right? Okay. I still feel like Tsunami is I mean, it's not bad on like as I said this like I think multiple times already. I feel like it's good on casters where you like get the fumble and impaired aim as well, like not from Nightblade Mastery, right? But if you're like playing a like Demolitionist or a Nightblade, like you don't use Tsunami, right? You just use fumble from like Flashbang or Circle of Slaughter, right, from Mineral Steel. Oh, Tsunami is the devotion and the proc. Oh, that's why. Okay, makes sense. Patch note results in new builds. That's true. Turtle Shell. Increased absorption scaling with rank and increased percent health threshold to 50%. This is huge. This is a huge buff. Reduce base could. What? Like, Turtle Shell is like the new diamond proc, right?
Well met.
Like, Turtle is actually good now, I feel like. Like, 50% is way better than 45%, and like, 36 cooldown, that's like nothing, right? Like, 12% by max rank? What? 12% this is like every second, basically. I mean, not quite, but... Amim Jorge, welcome on. Thanks for the follow. It was 14 seconds before. I mean, 12 instead of 14 is quite a lot, actually. That's like almost 20% less cooldown, right? Turtle Greater Scarab. I mean, for sure, dude. Wait, did it also like buff it here? Where's Turtle? What is it calling? Like the devotion, Tortoise. Okay, they didn't buff Tortoise though, right? It's just the proc. Dang, like Turtle Shell might be actually good now for endgame even. That's interesting. They don't set absorb increase, and somebody check please. I mean the thing is, it's 5,150. I mean, that's like HP, right? It's like having 5,000 HP every 12 seconds. And if you have percent absorb and like flat absorb, right? That's like way more effective HP. Still literally trash. I don't know, like whenever I would have like blue, like whenever I need blue and yellow and I already picked Panther for OA, or like I don't even need the OA from Panther. And I guess I also don't need the A from Watcher, or I don't have 10 blue, and I have like one more point available to like take turtle instead of say scarab or stag, then I might actually like take turtle shell now. It's trash in Crucible where your life is a histogram. I mean, who the fuck plays Crucible, right? Yeah, Brewster, welcome on. The Brewster's here. Get out the rat gems. Okay, Soldier, Counter Strike, reduced Rata, okay. Mortar Trap, reduced attack rate. Why? Oh my god. What? Why? It's like literally the only skill I haven't tried in the game and they're already nerfing it. Before I can even try it. Pepper hands, dude. Yeah, Mac, when. I mean, it's still, like, Turtle Shell is still situational. But I feel like this change, and like, the slight absorption increase is still, that's still good. I don't know, I like the change. But yeah, it's still situational, right? Here we go. Crucible, buffed, right? That's basically got all the flat poison and acid damage from the like Dreek sect. What's it called now? Yeah, Dreek set, right? Dreek set. From the mythical Dreek set. So that should be like a huge buff across the board. To this and this, and this as well. And another fragment on top. Ember Claw, number of targets now scales with rank up to 11. That's okay. Yeah, like they're trying to like fix the problem of like pets having bad AoE, right? By like giving pets more AoE, such as like pierce through for Raven projectiles on like one item, and also like more targets with Ember Claw, right? Seems good. Reduced pet attack damage, rest in peace. Get trashed on Raven. I mean, Raven was like pretty strong, right? Like, I mean, he's still gonna be like very strong. Don't worry. Disintegration, reduced crit damage scaling to 35%. AR nerf. Supercharged, crit damage scaling increased, so like AR nerf and penalty buff. It seems fair. This is like not barely enough for penalty to like be as good as AR, but I mean penalty is actually playable if you like support it well with like all the items that it needs, right? Shaman, Conjure Primal Spirit, increased cooldown. Oh, that's why like they increased the like CDR on like all the items, because they just nerfed the base skill. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that, but then again, I've like actually never played the skill ever, so I don't have any feelings about it. I don't really like, I can't feel about this. Devouring Swarm, increased projectile speed by 1k. That is actually a pretty nice quality of life change, right? It's gonna like apply faster, like fly faster and apply faster. That is playable, can kill Mungara on normal. Didn't they previously nerf crit damage on penalty items? Maybe. Not sure there. Storm Totem, reduced attack rate as well. Oh, okay, that's actually a nerf, obviously. Huh. This is a pretty big nerf to like Ludrigan builds, right? Lights Defender builds. Happy Hands, Ground Slam. But then again, this doesn't hurt as much if you get like this only affects like the flat damage, right? The execute damage is unaffected by this. However, also the like proc rate of devotions is affected by this, right? Like the slower these attack, since you can't proc devotions with damage over time, they're gonna basically like be worse at proccing devotions, right? As well. Ground Slam, increased pet attack damage, scaling with rank, blah blah blah. Okay, that's good, I guess. Okay, so the only change to upheaval is increased bleed damage scaling with rank. Wow. They didn't fix the interaction between upheaval and like weapon pool skills at all, right? Like, why? Why? Like, if you look at the one specific set, right, they actually introduced in this very patch, right? You have the Okay, where is it? This set here, right? This set supports Reaping Strike, a weapon pool skill. It supports Upheaval. And also, if you wanna play, like if you're playing Reaping Strike, you might as well also like play, oh yeah, it also supports the other weapon pool skill, Necrotic Edge, right? But like Upheaval will only proc whenever you crit with a default attack, right? That is not a weapon pool skill. So the more weapon pool skills you use, the less your chance to proc Upheaval is. So like, why would you have a set support both Upheaval and weapon pool, like other weapon pool skills, right? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Change the song. Not enough arguments to change this, but like, why would they make people think, or like at least make me think that they're gonna change it if they, like by releasing a set like this? Like, why would they make a set like this if they have like no intention of changing it? Like, why would you? I don't know, man. It's kind of disappointing, to be honest. Like bleed Upheaval, like Omega lol, right? I mean, obviously, if you like playing, I don't know, like Redan's Savagery build, right? With the Troll Crusher, whatever it's called, then you're happy about this change, because that does buff that build. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. That's probably like the only thing I'm like actually disappointed about, because I was expecting more than this, but oh well. Inquisitor, Horn of Gander, reduced cooldown. What? What? Wait, can you make it spammable now? Like, what was the base cooldown before? 28 points in the Counter Strike, by the way, yeah, nice. Nice build, by the way, guys. Five, okay, 0.5. Okay, whatever. Now, this is more like to, yeah, to like make the damage reduction more consistent, right? Because if you have 5-second recharge and 5-second duration on the debuff, you actually don't have 100% uptime because you need to recast it, right? And like during the animation of the recasting, you won't have damage reduction applied, and because of that you might die. So that 0.5 seconds is going to be very helpful for like reapplying the debuff, right? Upheaval bleeding is good on Gut Ripper. Probably, yeah. Smile, yeah, smile. Ignition, increase burn damage scaling with rank. Inferno Purge, increase execute damage scaling with rank. Intensify, increase light damage scaling with rank. So this is like playing the Ignifar buff, right? This is Rune of God Store buff. Seems good. Inquisitor Seal, increased damage scaling with rank. They're like trying to make things like Bonemonger set where you can have like lots of seals actually like significant damage, I guess. Okay, I mean, why not? Still resolve, increase damage against Chthonians at average scaling at ultimate ranks to 24%. Okay, so they do finally make overcapping this kind of worth it, right? Like, you're gonna get 1% damage increase here per point and not 1 every 2 points, right? Yeah. Might be maybe OP actually though. Like ratio percent damage is pretty strong. Because it's like multiplies all of your damage, right? Like it's not additive, it's just like multiplicative with all other stuff. Vigor, increase health scaling. Okay, 1k by rank 10, 2800 by ultimate rank. That's quite the buff, not gonna lie, as well. Okay. Actually, the first patch where like Inquisitor doesn't get nerfed but rather buffed, right? Like, look at this. All things here are only buffs, right? Inquisitor actually only gets buffed. Like, only gets buffs this time. Interesting. Oh shit, no, both of the Dark Ones are here. I'm like... Who's the red one now? I think my Defiler build got massive buffs. Actually, no, it got nerfs. The Conduit... First of all, Inquisitor is not a Defiler. Like, Defiler is Necromancer and Demolitionist. Second of all, the build already had full Elemental to Vitality conversion, so the Lightning to Vitality conversion on the Conduit doesn't matter at all. And third of all, it lost Chaos to Vitality conversion. You still have global Chaos to it on the belt, but like you basically lost around 50% of your like flat Chaos damage from Brimstone towards single targets. And Gargaball buffs. Wait, did Gargaball get buffed? This doesn't matter because there's like basic no physical damage anyway. I mean, that's not quite true. There's some physical damage, right? In Fire Strike, I think. Yeah, it does. You do get some like physical, like fist to vitality damage on Fire Strike somewhere, right? I mean, the base of these are like vitality damage anyway, right? But yeah, like this, no. Oh, Explosive Strike. Yeah, you might have to like, I don't know. Maybe like soft capping Explosive Strike is like good now. This could be good now, like soft capping this. Not sure though, I think this is like still worse than these nodes, but at least for this build. But Explosive Strike might be good now. Also, you might want like 1 point Demon Fire as well now. This basically became like more point hungry, I feel like. And overall, even if like soft cap does, like losing 50% of 110-ish chaos damage is obviously more than like gaining 30% of like, what do you got here? Yeah, like you get 30% of 54 physical damage, that's like not that much. Yeah, the build got a nerf for sure, I would say. The Conduit goes 66 flat now. Oh wait, it gave 35 before. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, it's 31. Okay, wait. So it's plus 31 here. It's like, say, plus 10 here. That's like plus 41. It's like plus 41 minus 55, right? Yeah, plus 41 minus 55. If you like don't change anything. If you like put more points here, you could like break even actually and like not even have it nerfed. Apparently not, but in Oathkeeper were already perfect. I mean, pretty much. Necromancer though. Blood Boil. Increased damage scaling with rank. Yes, please. More bleed damage on this one. It's gonna like help out Guillotine, Bleeding Death Knight, for example. Seer Souls. Reduced damage modified penalty to minus 10. Okay. So like this is another buff for Spellbinders. Removed percent attack damage. Okay, another buff to Spellbinders, right? What? Dot. Wait, what are you saying here, Xantai? What do you mean it wasn't working? What? Like what? Dude, Necromancer's like how old now? Like 3 years? This modifier wasn't working for 3 years? What? What do you mean it wasn't working? Of course it was working. Like, you had the visual change, you had more duration, right? Like, which part was not working? Like, this part? Or this part? I guess this part, right? Like, oh, like the penalty, like the lifesteal penalty didn't work, so they just remove it now? Same as Renaissance, the lifesteal wasn't working. Like the lifesteal penalty, you mean, wasn't working? Yeah, okay. Bone Harvest. Increase weapon damage scaling with rank to 270 by rank 16, 330 by ultimate rank. Will not. Okay. I mean, they balanced around. Yeah, like Bone Harvest is like insane damage, I feel like now with like non Blood Knight set, right? They nerfed Blood Knight set a bit, and they buffed like literally everything else about Bone Harvest and Bone Harvest items, right? Harbinger of Death, or like Harvester of Death rather, removed weapon damage. Oh, I see. I mean, it makes sense though, like... This was so horrible for one-handers anyway, like... Moving the weapon damage from here to here doesn't hurt two-handers at all. And if you're playing like, I mean, this doesn't change anything though, right? It just buffs one-handed Bone Harvest like a little bit. This gets like buffed a little bit. I feel like this is probably the case to like apply flat poison better. Say for example for Death Guard, right? If you're like playing Death Guard set, you have like flat poison somewhere. If you have like higher weapon damage in Bone Harvest, you will like apply higher values of like flat poison weapon damage via Bone Harvest, but like having more weapon damage on this. I mean, two-handers are still gonna just use this, right, for like the total damage modified by 20%. Like that's like the huge part anyway, right? 20% multiplicative damage. That's pretty good, right? Buffs two-handers who don't use the modifier, but like why would you ever not use the modifier, right? Like the physical to cold conversion, like when does it ever matter? It only matters when you have like a physical damage based weapon you wanna do cold damage, right? All other Bone Harvest builds have like a vitality base weapon, like with vitality base damage. Like there is no physical damage anywhere, like this is like the fist to cold here is just like I don't know, it's like a flavor text, right? Leviathan decay? What? Oh yeah, true. Leviathan decay doesn't want to use this. Yeah, okay, that's actually when it matters. You're right, Chip. Forgets my own build, yeah. True, Leviathan DK is where it actually matters. You're right, chat. You're right. So yeah, that's actually a buff to Leviathan DK then as well. Right, like the weapon damage at least gets put over here. True. Alright, Drain Essence, here we go. That's gonna have some stuff here, right? Increase Aether damage scaling with rank to 70. Okay, basically buff, right? I feel like maybe I'm finally gonna play Drain Essence as well, right? Like, I've never played Drain Essence, at least on stream, not. And I've never played Mortar Trap. Mortar Trap got kind of cucked though, and Drain Essence is kind of good, maybe now. Guess we're gonna like try Drain Essence at some point. Raise skeletons, here we go. Increased pet attack damage on skeletons, special attacks, and increased damage on the skeletal revenant's undeath aura. You mean like mages deal more fire damage? Pog. Nice. Or rather like, yeah, like the skills from the pets, like the mage's fireballs, scale better with like flat weapon damage added towards pets, right? Which basically means something like Flame Touch on a Divider is way more effective towards like the mage's meteor, right? Donkey Kong Rap Jam. Nice, nice. Renaissance always has been good, just not Vitality. They buffed everything though, like except for Retaliation, obviously. They buffed both Aether and Vitality, and because of conversion stuff, also Core, right? I mean, Aether was fine, I guess, but like compared to Rata, it was like dog shit, right? I mean, that's more like because of Rata being completely busted, but still. What is the Skeletal Revenant's Undeath Aura? How do you do this again? Control? What was that again, chat? I always forget about this, like, holy shit. The shift? Control? Control shift? No. Tab? Oh, tab, right. Oh yeah, tab. Okay, there we go. Undeath Aura. 4 meteor radius. It deals 6 damage. Like 6. What? Okay, I mean, good they buffed us, I guess. Good thing they buffed us. And yeah, they buffed basically the percent weapon damage. Oh, you can't see. They basically buffed the percent weapon damage values on these skills, right? Like, for example, Death Bolt will probably have like more than 25% weapon damage now. Fire Shard will have more than 50%. Firebolt Nova will have more than 33% weapon damage. Undeath Missiles will have more than 20%, right? And the base skeletons can't do shit, right? They're like useless. Death Bolt from the archers would deal more damage, like more weapon damage. Okay, I mean, this is a good, like a reasonable skeleton buff. I don't really know if there's like enough of a buff, because like I don't know by how much the weapon damages have been buffed. Like, it doesn't tell me here. It doesn't tell me anything basically. But yeah, it's gonna make them deal more damage and I guess not have more health, but okay. You get like more health, I guess, through like devotions. Oh no, rather items right now. Okay. Blood Fiend, increased pet damage attack. Percent pet attack damage on the base vomit skill, okay. Is it called vomit skill? Really, Zentai? I guess, I don't know. Blight Burst, increased pet damage to 40%, increased value of ultimate range to 50%, okay. Rotting Fumes, increased yeah, okay. So like just a buff to Blight Fiend, a buff to Skeletons. Yeah, buffs. Okay, overall, pretty big changes, right? A lot of changes. And I would say, I don't know, I can't complain, like, I wasn't able to like check out all the like added modifiers stuff, right, to like the items that I don't have. I apologize about that. But yeah, I mean, check them out in game, right? Check them out, they're gonna be pretty interesting probably, like this one for example, maybe, this one. I don't know what these do. But yeah, the patch looks good. Retaliation still works. Don't be afraid of like it not working, right? Who's this fanboy here? Like, not even reading it, like just commenting, right? Also, one small addition here to make this video feel complete. I was actually wrong about the boss groups. They did not implement the boss group system. You can just like pull the bosses one by one actually. They did not like combine 2 bosses into one group at all. I've tested this on the game. This is totally just like it was before, but like you don't need to use the camera anymore to just like pull bosses one by one. So like SR basically, I would say got easier actually for everybody, or like as easy as it was before, but like usable for everybody now, and you have like more room to cut around one single boss. On top of that, however, monster scaling has increased its shards 70 plus, so bosses do indeed actually get a little bit higher, or like harder, quicker after shard 70. But I mean, that's probably not gonna affect too many of you anyway, like not that many people push that high. As far as I know, many people do actually try to farm 75 to 76 for loot. And for people who can't make 75 to 76 anymore because of this change, maybe just like try farming at 70 to 71 now instead. That's probably easier, like a lot easier compared to 75 to 76 now. Alright, so I did manage to get some of the MIs that I didn't have that have new modifiers to them, such as for example the Carbon Gaze of Scorching, or like the Carbon Gaze in general rather. This one now has physical damage and crit damage to Force Wave, so yeah, I mean if you want to play Force Wave, you can now play this Chosen Gaze on top, instead of, for example, I don't know, pretty much anything. Like, this is pretty good actually. However, say for endgame, you probably want to use something with like +1 to all skills, like maybe Ravager's Gaze, or like, yeah, stuff like that, right? Or Kalagaras as well, or even like Fetid Mask could be better than this, just for like the value nodes, right, that you get from like +1 to all skills. Next up we have Carbon Cask. This one now has a Blade Arc modifier, Internal Trauma and Vitality Decay to this one. Okay, pretty nice. This one has now Poison, Vitality Decay to Whirling Death. The Carbon Gaze. Carbon Helm has, well, just higher Vitality damage to Solar's Witchfire, right, and that's pretty much it. Gargoyle's Gaze now has just flat cold damage added to Rune for Ground. Gargoyle's Visage has flat bleed and Vitality Decay added to Feral Hunger. Ascended Diadem has actually 4% OA and the 8 Stormclaw's Pact. This is pretty interesting. This is pretty good for like a druid, I guess, now, maybe. Or like actually like just any shaman, right? Like you might not want to play a druid for this, but to be honest, for endgame, and the helmet still is like super contested, so you are probably not gonna use this for endgame, right? Probably not. Pakla skins. Honestly, Pakla is a pain in the ass to farm, so I didn't get the other one right now. I gave up. She has like 15% drop rate right now for both of her, for like each of her mice, and that's just like a pain in the ass to farm for an MI that's not even good. And I mean, it has been like that before, and now this one has like more flat vitality damage and DA to Savagery. The other one got a modifier to Phantasmal Blades, which I presume is just like some flat damage value added as well, so nothing like really exciting, and like not really something worth farming for in my opinion, especially with the drop rates being like such, like so abysmal, right? It's like pretty bad. Bartholom's Gavel, this one now has Judgment modifiers, right? So like just fire and burn damage to Judgment. Nothing really like exciting here either, to be honest. And then we have the Flamethrower. The Flamethrower has now fire damage to Granado, it also physical to fire conversion to Granado. And this combined with the already existing like fire RR to Guardians actually make this very good, like a budget adversary bit much, right? Like I think this is like very nice for a Shieldbreaker now. If you're like playing a solo self on Shieldbreaker, right? This could be like basically what you use instead of adversary pretty much until you get adversary, right? I mean, that said, adversary is not like the rarest legendary ever, like it's rather common from my experience, so yeah. I mean, however, 16 RR is not a joke, right? Like 16% fire resistance rate is a lot, and that could still like be very much, maybe even better than adversary if you have like an insane prefix and an insane suffix, right? You get like a triple rare but like fire stuff on this one, which is still like super hard to get. Then this could potentially be more damage than Granado, like than adversary for Granado, right? Adversary does have like weapon damage to Granado though, so like you have last steal on Granado. With adversary you don't have that here. I don't know. As I said, basically a budget adversary, right? That's how I think this is now, which is still like a big improvement like compared to before. Like before this was basically just a useless weapon, right? But yeah, that's gonna be it for me for this patch review stuff, and yeah, I hope you're gonna enjoy the patch as much as I will. and stay tuned for more builds and more guides on this patch. See you around, take care, thanks for watching.